And hopefully this is working this time, or else I'm going to be really bloody sad. And also I will probably just be really bloody sad.
It says it's streaming.
It is. Hey, we are
It
live.
works.
Awesome. Okay, for those of you not in the know, I've just been going through a shit ton of problems with this, from my router not working to my Wi-Fi thing that connects to my router not working. And then I tried to follow a YouTube guide that the video was terminated. It not important. Just a big giant shit show for about half an hour. Anyway, we are here streaming for the first time. I'm pretty nervous, but I got my buddy Caleb, the knower of things, here.
Yo.
Mainly because if you're on the YouTube channel, which should be getting this video at some point, you'll have seen that video, but apparently our buddy, who is the only person smart enough to bring a vehicle, ditched out on us, so we're not going to go see a movie now. So we're going to try streaming. Why not? Sure. After all, this game came out yesterday, and it's a game I kind of, sort of, know. I really hate all these goddamn things we have to go through. Okay, new game. Let's go. Brightness is fine. Go away. Yes. Correct. Okay. First thing you gotta do is create a character. We will name our character Faffy Bottom. Awesome. Okay, male, I'm pretty sure. Class. Now, when you think class, your mind sort of immediately goes to Final Fantasy, you know, like Warrior, Red Mage, Black Mage, if you want to play a really broken, awesome game, Blue Mage in Final Fantasy V. Here it doesn't matter, like, at all, because your class only ends up determining your starting level, your starting stats, and what you get to start out with in terms of equipment, and all of it can be found in the world. But there's absolutely only one way to properly start this game. And I know what you're thinking, but Fury, you just said it didn't matter, and that is true, but if you want to start out on the right foot, you gotta start Pyromancer. Because, as you can see in our little equipment screen, in the middle of our screen, we get like this little red glove. That means we get Pyromancy. And Pyromancy wrecks shop. Next we need a gift, and once again, only one correct option. The Master Key means we get to skip the really, really awful sewer section. Which...
Yes.
How many times have you gone through this sewer section, Caleb?
Enough that I really do not like going through it.
Yeah, I can tell you exactly how many times I've gone through the sewer section. Twice. We'll go with that in color. We're going to be edgy and go with silver, because my character's hair was that color anyway. Except, yes. Skip. So anyway, we are here in a game about souls. Souls that are not very bright. In fact, I would say they're... What's the word I'm thinking of? Ah, yes. Dimwitted. This is Dimwitted Souls, the remake to existing Dimwitted Souls.
Yes, indeed.
And this is a game I'd like to think I'm at least kind of sort of good at. I mean, I'm going to get splattered a bunch of times, but it's a game I at least kind of know. We're going to skip this. There was a guy who chucked a key down to us, and we're going to go see him later. But as you can see, we don't have any of the gear we were actually promised at the start of the game. And that's something that's kind of weird to me. Also, there's a boss over here that most people don't notice when they first start this game.
It's not a fun boss.
And yet we're going to fight something that's identical to it in about a few minutes. In fact, you have to fight him like 3 times through the game, unless you're a member of the Chaos Covenant, in which case you are a member of the most sensible Covenant, because you don't have to fight that boss. And you can save Solaire. Oh, I gotta close the door. I'm just going to walk forward into a wall because I got to close the door to eliminate noise. All of that said, I'm sure I'm going to make a shit ton of noise anyway. This is a bonfire. This is the point where we come back when we die. And trust us, we're going to die a lot. Oh, we got a Tro achievement. Hooray!
Your first achievement on this version.
Yeah. It's that thing we just saw, except we don't really have any weapons. We can do 2 damage to it. In fact, for the sake of the argument, I'm going to try and fight it, doing 2 damage to it. Because you can beat it. You're not supposed to, but you can, and if you do, you get an awesome weapon. But, yeah, we're just going to try and fight this guy, get mullered, and then I will pass the controller off to Caleb, and he will do what's right. because I feel bad just playing this game with him sitting here. Also, I think we'd actually be going faster if we just went without, like, a weapon. Like, if we bare-fisted him, I think it attacks faster. And we're dead, so it doesn't matter. Your turn.
Alright. I was an early adopter of the original Dark Souls, so this is a bunch of areas that I remember probably pretty well.
Me too. Me too. It's immediately after the first area in the game, like up to the gargoyles, that I start losing stuff.
Yeah, that's when it becomes a little messier. Oh yes, the jumping still works.
Now, I want to point out, we are playing this on an Xbox One, not a One X, so this remaster that is basically here to make Xbox One X's awesome, we don't get any of that. So we're still probably going to get like 1 frame a second Blighttown, which is horrifying to think about.
I'm hoping not, but first things first. When he died, he ended up going right back to the very starting area.
I'm a rookie.
If you sit at the bonfire, that would have been a little bit of a different situation.
Yeah, I thought it was just light the bonfire. Can you tell the last time I played this game was a year ago with my buddy Zach, whose name will get mentioned a bunch of times, along with a lot of expletives, because he's an asshole. We should be going to see a movie, but he's not showing up. Oh, there's another player you passed by.
Yes, the nice thing is that you can see lots of people, and with the game having just come out yesterday,
There should be lots of people to see.
exactly.
That guy's gonna shoot you. Yeah. So, yeah, we're basically just... Quizzically, when we selected our gear at the start of the game, it was really just selecting gear random trespassers in the asylum had before us that we're gonna pick up.
And I forgot how equipment works.
We're both rookies! I'm sad because there's something I want to do that I think is really, really cool. And I only get a couple shots at it, and if I don't do it, I'm going to be sad. But, I want to try and get the Drake sword the stylish way.
The stylish way. I'm interested to see this.
Well, you say that now. I'm going to whiff so hard.
A whiff on the stylish way is still more stylish than the non-stylish way.
Well, a whiff on the stylish way, you get like 3 shots, and if you don't do it, then you don't get the Drake sword. Because I'm not sitting around chucking endless amounts of arrows into the Hellkite. I've got too much shit to do in a day to do that. Did they change the fog effect?
Yes, it does look to be a little more noticeably smooth.
Looks nicer, yeah. Looks more solid, too. There's our buddy Oscar. We didn't see him, but he chucked a key down to us. But he's hurt, and he's somehow in an area that's completely locked, and yet somehow he got himself trapped in there.
Some of the logic... Oh, that's new.
What?
I don't remember the bricks moving as much. They kind of just left a...
I'm pretty sure they did, but, you know, it's been a year, so what do I know? Hey, Oscar.
Oh, thank goodness.
Now, the thing is,
I'm done for.
Oscar's turning into a beef jerky man like us.
You and I.
He doesn't want that. We could put him out of his misery. We're not going to, because that's a bad idea. Because when he does turn into a beef jerky man, then we can kill him, and we can get a pretty kicking shield. Also, he gives us the flask, which is, like, your most important tool in the game.
Yes. So important that they give you another trophy for it.
God, Jesus.
Sorry, achievement. I'm predominantly a PlayStation player.
I've got both. I just don't care. Oh, hey, we got random souls from something. Something died and we got points for it. Happens fairly frequently, actually. Just random stuff in the world that just give you experience because something just... Physics messed up and it fell off a cliff.
I think in this case it was he died.
No, he doesn't die. He comes back later.
Mm.
Yeah, because when you revisit the asylum... I don't know how to get up there. I don't think I've ever been up there. I don't think...
You get that when you go around the long way when you revisit the asylum.
Oh, you have to revisit. Okay. Yeah, you can revisit this place later. We're going to be doing that at some point. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming that, but we're coming back here later. Mainly for that shield and a thing that will let us go to an optional area. Which, ironically, is in the area we start in, but just isn't there this time for reasons. Also, they added bigger, angrier enemies when you come back. Because bigger, angrier enemies are a thing we have to deal with sometimes. Stab. Like a hero. Yeah.
I love the parrying system.
I've never effectively parried in my life. Like, I've tried and I just can't get it to work, so I just don't bother. I think it's weird, though, because the final boss of the game is the only boss in the game you can parry. Now, we just got another very effective tool for us. The Pyromancy Flame. Which... Pyromancy is a kind of magic, but the thing is, unlike every other magic in the game, you don't have to boost your magic stats to boost it, so you can be a full melee character and still get ridiculously powerful magic. Because the only thing that upgrades your Pyromancy Flame is souls or money. So you can literally just spend to have ridiculously overpowered magic. It's great. It looks a lot smoother than the previous version, I'll admit that.
Yeah, it feels a little more Dark Souls 3 in its movement.
Yeah. Okay, fun fact. Our buddy Zach, who's an asshole... Wait, I think we need to establish this every time we mention him. He went to fight the boss here, which... Alone, he does not seem like the kind of guy who would play this game, but I managed to convince him. He fought the boss here, and there's like a little... That guy will mess you up. There's a little ledge you can stand on, and that ledge is there so that you can drop down on your opponent and do ridiculous amounts of damage really, really quickly. It basically, like, halves the boss's health instantly. He discovered, and I didn't know this was a thing, but if you stand on that ledge, the boss will just try and climb up on you. And that kind of wrecks your day a little bit.
Well, the bosses are very interested in making sure you die.
Well, and that's the thing about Dark Souls. Everyone says this is a hard game. It is not a hard game. It is a ridiculously unforgiving game, but it is not hard. It's all about observing your opponents and basically reacting in proper time. Now you can see that little blue splash over there. That's where we died. If Caleb ran over there and collected it, we could get all the souls I died with, but I didn't have any, so it doesn't matter. But that's sort of a thing about this game, too. You can get back to where you died. You can fully recover all the money you had when you died. Also, you should heal, and also, you've got Pyromancy. What are you doing? Now I'm going to show you why Pyromancy's awesome. I think you forgot you had that.
I don't really play as a Pyromancer.
What do you play as?
I tend to default to the warrior or the sorcerer, ironically. I enjoy the magic in the game, but it does tend to break it in ways that are that aren't really fun. Pyromancy manages to just be another stat where magic becomes something else entirely.
I'm just going to backstab you like a freaking hero.
No, warrior is my default.
Me too. I tend to fight with either a katana or a very specific curved sword and a shield. But you'd be a fool not to invest in Pyromancy if you're going to be a warrior. Because it's just another tool in your toolkit that costs you basically nothing to do ridiculous amounts of damage with.
Oh, totally understandable. I prefer the spectral weapons of the sorcerer, though.
Yeah, I've never really played a proper mage character myself. Alright, so down and slam. There's a lot of your health. Boop, that's a lot more of your health. Boop, that's a lot more of your health. Boop, that's a lot more of your health. And dead. Now, if you were a dumb person and picked something that wasn't the master key when you started, you could have picked black bombs, which would have basically done the same thing, and you could have gotten a special weapon. The other side of that being, you do not get the master key, what the hell are you doing? But we're basically done the tutorial area of the game, and now we get to enter this world proper. I don't know what your plans are for the first area, Caleb, but when I hand it off to you, I kind of have an idea of some things I want to go grab. I want to try and get the grass crest shield, which means we got to go fight Havel.
Okay.
We're gonna have to go fight the Black Knight to get the blue Tearstone ring because there's nothing else to really equip at that point in time. I'd like to get a saber, which you can buy from the shop in the first area, I believe. And then after that, I don't know. That's sort of my initial roadmap to where I want to go right off, at least. I kind of have a vague idea up to Quelaag where I want to go, but for the most part it's just gathering equipment that's vaguely useful, mainly because we got nothing else to work with.
And that is the best part about Dark Souls.
Making do with what you have.
Try a deprived playthrough, and that's
See, the thing about Deprived is, like, Deprived is a naked guy, basically, but the thing is, while they have higher stats, they're all poorly placed, so the reason why you'd pick them is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to take a sec to acknowledge how cool this place is as a starting place, because we just finished a very linear section. Now we're putting the Firelink Shrine, which is like the starting area, and it said, okay, here's this huge open world, you've got 4 different places you could go to, go nuts. That's really cool. I mean, like, the first time I played it, I ran out into, like, the skeleton's graveyard, got murdered a bunch, but got some really cool stuff, and then I went and fought the ghosts, and I actually managed to drain the water, somehow, at, like, level 1, which, that's a place that will just kill you.
Yeah, it's an unpleasant...
But you're supposed to, well, I say supposed to, again, it's open world, you can go wherever you want, but in terms of balance, the ideal place is you go this way. And hopefully not get murdered by firebombs. But
Oh, firebombs suck.
well, they're actually pretty useful though.
Let me rephrase that. They suck when you're facing them.
Oh yeah, and enemies always use them like right at the start. Like after like the first area of the game, you don't really run into enemies that use firebombs after it. It's weird. Kind of reminds me. There's Sen's Fortress, which have those like ridiculous giant golems in them.
Yeah.
And they can stomp you in 2 hits, as can basically anything in Dark Souls, but if you have dung, which is an item that's basically worthless, you can kill them without lifting a finger.
Oh?
Yeah, because if you throw dung at something, you inflict toxic. And 1 bout of toxic on them takes half their health away.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you just need like 4... That's really not good. You just need like 4 turds and you can kill them. Without ever having to even enter an area to fight them.
That is going to change how I handle that area from now on.
I discovered that last time when I played with Zach, who is an asshole, because we were going through Sen's Fortress and he was having a lot of trouble, as a lot of people tend to do, because it's designed more like the preceding game, Demon's Souls, which was more about environmental traps than anything. You'll also notice a lot of like stuff just lying around, like stuff like that. I'm probably not going to collect all of it. I know some bits that are important, but a lot of it's just extra stuff I don't want to have to go get right now. And there's our buddy, the Hellkite. We'll be seeing him real soon. And if you go out there, he will smash you. That is not like a cinematic thing or something. He has a hitbox and will kill you instantly.
Many players learned that the hard way.
Really? I always think just to jump back when I first saw that. I was like, that doesn't look nice. I don't know if this is intentional or if this is like a scripted thing, but I'm just going to not be here.
See, it was really easy. I know I was guilty of that. I thought, okay, it's safe to go through because they wouldn't just kill you right there. Because the early portion of the game, I played Demon's Souls after this, so I didn't have the backing of
yeah.
of Demon's Soul, some of Demon's Souls design decisions.
Yeah. Yeah, Demon's Souls was basically like this, except it was more based on environmental traps and stuff. In fact, like I told Sen's Fortress is based off of Demon's Souls more than anything, and 3 steps into Sen's Fortress, you can get arrowed in the back and die instantly.
Yep, the enemies aren't actually that hard in Sen's Fortress.
Well, except for the one that attacks you while you're on that really thin beam.
Well, that's a little different. That's still the environment.
That's environment, yeah. But, yeah, Sen's Fortress isn't really that big of an issue, aside from the Titanite demons. There's like 4 of them just in the underground.
That's true.
But you can take them one at a time, it's not too bad. Okay, there's this person, you can kill them and you get, I think you get Nuchi Katana, actually, which is a ridiculously good weapon early on, but I don't want that. I want a scimitar. I'm going to equip that if that's not too big of an issue with you.
Oh, I can use any of the weapons in the game. I'm
Okay.
not going to say I'm good with any of them, but all of them, but I can use.
Okay. Well, I like scimitars mainly because later on you can use boss parts to make super weapons, and my favorite super weapon needs a scimitar, so I just want to get one early.
Oh, totally understandable.
Okay, so we're gonna go get killed a bunch of times by a bunch of things that are basically mini bosses.
You want
Except,
to level up your stats to be able to use your scimitar too. It's
what are the stats for some? See, the thing is, I want to hold on to these to get the symbol of Victorious, though. So, stats. What's the requirement on this? It is strength 12, dexterity 9. Or is that my stats?
no, that's your stats.
What am I looking at? Toggle display, that's what I want. Okay, we need 13 in dexterity then. Okay, that's one level. I know we're gonna have to level up our... It's 12, yeah. Okay, fine, that's all of our souls. That's not good. We're gonna have to definitely level up our stats if we want to use the Drake Sword, assuming I can get it, which is kind of the tricky thing about it. But, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take you out because you're annoying. Did we not upgrade properly? I don't think I did.
No, you're one stat shy.
Oh, am I? Shit. Okay. So, this is how you do this. I guess we're just going to hold that scimitar for a while, I guess. Throw. We'll re-equip that axe because screw it. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to pretend I know how to play this game. Even though it's been a while. I'll go with one less Estus. Now, I would like to get the... what is it? The gold resin that's right above the Black Knight. We gotta kill the Black Knight to get a ring. And then we gotta go fight Havel, which is an ordeal to say the least. Especially early on. Like later on, he's still pretty tough, but early on, he's just a monster.
Yeah, he has what? I think it's like hundreds of, maybe even thousands of health.
Oh yeah, and he's got ridiculous defense. And he's a big guy with armor that's basically made of concrete. But he can basically move faster than you. And he's a fan favorite character for reasons I don't know why. I don't know. I can get why people like Ornstein. Ornstein's kind of my boy, but Havel, really? Havel he was a dumb character. But he's in every Souls game. Alright. I used the Master Key. Like a sensible person who took the Master Key. And we're going to need this if we're going to try and take out the Hellkite in a stylish-y way. Mainly because I can't be asked to waste time arrowing him to death. I'm a little worried about Havel, which I think is understandable. Especially at this level, but... for the most part, things are going kind of, sort of, somewhat smoothly. Gonna attack me? Or am I going to have to... Come on. Yeah. These guys can... what's worse is they can combo you. Or they can do that. And now I think is the time to do this. I didn't really want to do this at this point, but... there's that. We're going to use our Estus there just to be safe, because we're not really meaty enough to do anything more. So the problem is, we have a shield, but our shield does not deflect physical damage all that well. And we got to fix that. Which I would like to very much do. Which is why we're going to go fight Havel. This is a Black Knight, he's a mini-boss. There's 8 of them in the game, plus a bunch of respawning ones later. And they can really mess up your day.
They are some of my favorite enemies to fight.
They're cool. They have really cool armor, too. I love it. I don't like that you have to literally get to the end of the game before you get their armor, which is well after they would have been useful. Uh-oh, I'm out of pyromancy. This is a problem. Now we gotta play an interesting little game of I'm in trouble. Uh-oh. See, this is why we needed our pyromancy. Now, if I recall... Ooh, can I hit you through that wall? I don't know, but you probably can hit me through that wall. I don't know why we're not backstabbing him. Like, that's the thing about Dark Souls. There's a mechanic called backstabbing, which is obviously stabbing an enemy in the back. Does a lot of damage. It looks stylish as all hell. But for whatever reason, only like half the time, even when you're perfectly set up for backstabbing, will you actually backstab. There's a backstab. Like a freaking hero. Unfortunately, it also knocks your lock-on off, which is a problem.
Yeah, backstab typically kills most enemies in the area you're in.
Yeah, so they kind of assume you're not going to need to target whatever you're targeting when you backstab them.
It makes it really annoying in PvP.
Oh, yeah. No! That's how you do that. Nope! Ah, your turn.
Alright.
Let's try and get that ring.
I'm going to double check and see if you can use the short sword, because I do not like the axe all that much.
I really don't either. It's a terrible, terrible weapon.
There are some axes later in the game that are great to use, but not that one.
The, Gaping Maw Dragon Axe?
Yes.
Yeah, but then you have to go into the sewer. No one wants to do that. Actually, I think there's a sword. Yep, you can equip it.
Sweet. Okay.
That might be better.
That makes my life so much easier. Come here, bugger.
And you're not going to be, like, pinging off them with the scimitar because I didn't get the stats right. Like a frickin' genius.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, that combo's a bit ridiculous. Especially early on, that combo just does a lot of health. Like, I would suggest you just sit at the bonfire again.
Oh, absolutely. It's a real beast of a...
Okay. I typically go for the crossbow guy first, but I can see why you do.
Oh, shit!
Welcome to Dark Souls. It's a game where you're magnetically attracted to falling off cliffs.
It makes it more fun.
Yeah, it's true. But that's not a joke. Like, if you get near a cliff, you will just sort of magnetically get drawn off of it. Like, the cliff physics are weird in this game. But
that is one thing they fixed in later ones. You do not feel like you are as attracted to the edge.
well, you say that, but that's how I managed to kill the Master in Dark Souls 3 to get his Uchi.
That's fair.
He's a tough fight, too.
Oh, he is. It's pretty much the Havel fight of this one.
Yeah, pretty much. Except you're not supposed to actually fight Havel this early on. You just can if you're good, I guess.
To be fair, the Master isn't meant to be fought that early either with the setup of the world.
Maybe. I don't know. See, I would disagree because the Master... I think he shows up for a fight that's immediately after that if you beat him. So I think you kind of have to. Or am I thinking of the one before him? I can't remember. I just remember I freaked out when the boss of the that you first run into like mutates.
Gundyr.
I was like, oh, that's not good. And then you run into standard enemies that do that. And there was like no real explanation as to why that happens either. And like, to be fair, that's sort of Dark Souls' whole MO is there's no real explanation for anything. It just happens. But
no, this time it's weird even by Dark Souls standards.
well, Dark Souls at the very least, while you could say it had no story, it had lots of story. You just kind of have to parse it from item descriptions, and that's about it.
Yeah, but no, the transformation of like Gundyr and such in 3 doesn't really have much going for it. Oh, that Spectre spooked me.
Thanks, random other player. Okay, now I'd like for you to keep doing that so I can stab you all a bunch. So I don't have to spend my flamey bits on you, because I need that for the Dark Knight. Even though he's resistant to it, it's still the most damaging thing I've got.
Thankfully, the sword ones attack like madmen. It's these spear wielders that...
Yeah. And they've got the combo that's really scary, too. Okay, well, we used a couple Estus to get here. That's not ideal, but...
I think you have higher Estus than you did when you got here last
oh, yeah,
time.
I think I had one. Now, the thing about these guys is if they run at you, you can hit them. If they slow down, that's when they can block you, and you don't want that. So you want them to constantly be... See? You want them to constantly be running at you if you want to get these guys with pyromancy. Ow. Okay, that's scary. I'm going to heal. Kind of reminds me of the first time I ran into one of these guys in Dark Souls 3. Like, just hanging out in the back of, like, the forest or whatever with the frogs and the crabs. Just hanging out there. I was like, oh, okay, I know how to fight you. I'm going to fight you. I'm going to kick the crap out of you and get all your awesome stuff. I got destroyed.
Again, another part of Dark Souls.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
And we got his shield. Now, I don't think we can equip his shield without incurring some penalties. But his shield is actually pretty good. Yeah, we need 16 strength, which, to be fair, we will be getting soon because we need to wield the Drake Sword if we're getting it. But more importantly, he's out of the way, and he will not respawn because he's a mini-boss. Now, this is what we came here for, which, I don't know. You want to weigh in here? I don't like the blue Tearstone ring at all.
I don't use this ring much. My intentions when coming here are have less to do with getting the rings, more to do with just getting the Black Knights.
That'll kill you, by the way. Yeah, well, the Black Knight stuff is a rare drop, too, which is a pain in the ass because they don't respawn. Okay, let's try and get Havel. I'm going to regret trying to get Havel, I'm sure. I wonder if the mic picked up that loud smash that was the door upstairs. That's why I'm always, like, worried about starting this, is just I don't want to, you know, get a lot of background noise from everyone else. Okay, so that's Havel, and we're going to completely fight him in an unfair way because screw fighting him fair. This is how you fight Havel if you want to fight sensibly. You get him up the stairs, you get him to fall, and while he's recovering from that, then you hit him twice. If you're lucky, you can get a backstab on him, but that's...
Don't go for it.
Yeah, no. See that giant dragon tooth he's using as a weapon? That will one-shot you. You do not want to mess around with Havel. Now, as cool as he is, you don't actually get any of his gear for fighting him.
No, you find it in a different area later.
Yeah, you get a ring from him, which is a really good ring all the way through the game, I think.
Yeah, the Havel's Ring, I think it's called,
Yep.
is the best thing to have very early on in the game.
Oh, that's scary. That has a lot of range on it, too. But yeah, the Havel's Ring, it increases your overall ability to equip stuff, which means you can carry more stuff before you start slowing down. And dodging and speed in this game are important. Which is why I rely more on dodging than shields.
Yeah, you never want to get too turtly. This game,
Hits
turtling was an okay tactic, but in later Souls games, they had more of a necessity.
Thank you, Bloodborne, with your troll shield.
See, Dark Souls 2 started it when it introduced the dual wielding.
Oh, yeah.
As a functional combat style. It was very rare. You had very limited.
Yeah, he's not going to get much of an actual knocked off balance from that, so we're just going to get up here and try again. Because depending on how far you fall, you take more of an issue with it. Where the hell are you going? Okay. That's different. I've never seen him do that before. I've seen him run down the stairs at you. Ow. And that's what happens when you fight Havel wrong. He threw off my groove. He should get thrown out of a window.
I think the term is defenestration or something along those lines. Thrown out from. There's an actual term for being thrown out of the second story of a building.
That is actually the term too. Defenestration.
Okay.
I know that because I read a quiz question. Are those actually reacting to your sound? I've never seen that before. Huh. I read a question on a test I had to answer once that talked about cats getting dropped out of windows.
That is a weird test question.
Yeah, I started laughing at it, and everyone else in the room didn't get it, and then they all started laughing, so I'm guessing I was just ahead of them.
Oh, I forgot that they fixed dodging. I always forget that Dark Souls 1 did not have omnidirectional dodging.
No, they didn't. Nope. You got side to side, and that's about it. Oh, you got back too. You're gonna get firebombed from behind if you stand there.
Yeah, it's yeah, that was poor setup.
Yep. Now the nice thing is, when I go to fight Havel, I can just run past all these things and they'll just get stuck in a doorway. And I can just take them all out one at a time. So, that's sort of the magic of Dark Souls. You die a bunch, and yet at the same time, you laugh a bunch, or at least you cry a bunch, because Dark Souls. I'm just making sure our actual mic is recording, or I'm going to feel like an idiot. It is. It is. I'm going to run past all of you, because none of you matter. Juke you out. What you got? You got nothing. That guy there is the only problem we got to worry about, and I'm out of the way. Now, what's your deal? Oh yeah, it's getting out of the way. Now we can just sit here and wait for them to come at us one at a time. And actually, since we're fighting Havel, Pyromancy doesn't work all that well on him. So I can just spam it here. Because
if it hits.
Yeah, if I happen to actually lock onto my opponents, it's great. And we've got plenty of Estus this time, so we should be good for Havel. The only thing I have to worry about is if we beat Havel and we have to go fight the boss without fireballs, and that's still not that big an issue.
Oh, that's my area of specialty.
But after this, thought that was an enemy. Okay, there's Havel. That's what we're looking for. Whoop! Stab. We're gonna do this properly. By fighting like a complete coward.
Hey, in an actual fight, your whole point is to stay alive, not to...
That's a fair point. Yeah, he'll do this. If you let him, he'll just do this. Fireball. Well, that did a total of, like, 2 attacks? Ow. Yeah, that gets a lot more range than you think it does. I thought I was okay. I was not. Welcome to fighting a boss you really shouldn't be, but I want the Grass Crest Shield, so we're doing it. Mainly because...
Makes sense.
Well, yeah, I don't want this crap shield, and the Grass Crest Shield is great for pretty much everything.
I mean, who doesn't enjoy having the,
Extra stamina.
Yep. Is it extra stamina, or is it just the,
I think it's regeneration of stamina, but at the same time, in a fight, it's going to be extra stamina.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier. First area of Dark Souls is really mini-boss intensive.
It is.
And after that, it just sort of stops. Because, like, you've got Havel, you've got 2 Black Knights, you've got the Pig, you've got the Hellkite, if you want to count it. You've got that Cast Iron Knight, you've got the...
Whoa! Shoot, nuggets.
You've got, what's his name? Seath's priest or whatever. And then, of course, you've got the hollow mini-bosses from the other characters who all just seem to congregate here once you're done their stories.
Yeah.
You should be good.
I'm just going to pop one Estus in case, because if I'm going to be rolling off of stuff, I'm going to see how much of him I can chunk away with Pyromancy.
Oh, yeah.
It does like 40 some odd damage.
It's about twice as much as you do with one swing. Oh, yeah. Like, definitely one of the biggest problems with the Havel fight, assuming you don't get hit, is keeping your health from fall damage. Because you're going to take it pretty consistently. But, yeah, Havel. He's here. They don't really explain it, but he is. Like, even his character, it doesn't make sense that he's here. He's just here. Uh-oh. I don't know what you just did there, but it worked. Kinda. Looked like he lost his balance. Roll.
Oh, getting used to not having the full 3 dimensions of movement.
That's good. Yeah, you don't want to end up in a less than ideal place. Roll. See, that's the problem. You ideally...
Come on, bastard.
Yeah, you want him to attack off the cliff. Oh, that's going to be bad. Oh, I'm surprised. You rolled straight at him and you were fine. Like, I mean, that's...
I've got some weird techniques from time.
Like, you're pretty good, I gotta admit. That's definitely one thing about Dark Souls, including a lot of bosses, is the safest place you can be is right in front of them. For some reason. It's never...
Oh, shit. That was bad.
Like the Taurus Demon, Quailag. You can just stand in front of them and you're going to avoid most of their attacks. Just get right up in their grill and they'll leave you alone for the most part.
Bastard.
Yeah, it definitely takes a little while to figure out the sweet spot for him to charge you.
Oh!
And that's that.
Hitboxes are still kind of weird. What you will dodge one moment will get you killed the next.
Yeah, but that's how it's always been in Dark Souls. Wonky hitboxes are pretty par for the course. But that's what we're going for.
There's another way to do it, but getting the Havel shield is... Not shield, Havel ring is so much nicer.
Well, yeah, and if you're not going to take it by going through Havel, you have to fight another boss, and it's just a long path. Whereas this is a lot faster, and also Havel's ring is, like, the best ring you could... Oh, come on.
No, there's one other ring I'm really fond of.
Yeah, I know the one, too. We won't be getting that for a while, unless we kill an NPC soon. Which, I'd rather go through his story, so I guess we're not doing that.
No, it really depends on your desires in that.
Oh yeah, I just like going through the story though. Like I don't care so much about the other reward for that, which is his armor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about the ring of, or the armor of favor. I just like the ring of favor and protection, which is just net one of the best rings in the game. Because it's defense, it's offense, it's survivability, it fixes basically everything.
Yes.
What's your other favorite shield ring?
Oh, I have to remember what it was. Because I think I tend to use more finesse weapons.
So it would probably be like the Hornet's ring that or Leo's ring.
Yeah, I think it's the Leo's.
Which increases your... That is ridiculously powerful in Dark Souls 2. Combine that with a rapier and you've got the best weapon in the game. I, however, like to use like the Wolf's ring, which I can't remember how to get.
Oh, the poise one, I believe.
Yeah, because it basically means that you can't be stun locked.
Yeah.
Which is good, because this is a game where getting stun locked is instant death. Okay, so let's try this again.
Yeah, this strategy of yours, I think you'll have a better chance with than I will.
It's just a matter of... The problem is he'll land on you, and that really hurts. So don't get landed on, because bad things happen when Havel decides to jump on you.
Bad things happen when he rolls, because he can roll and recover better than you can.
Yeah, and he can knock you down when he rolls. Whoosh! 8 damage. Yeah, it's definitely a few extra bits of damage on him if he decides to be nice and not block. Problem is, he likes to block a lot.
Yeah, the mighty big charge up doesn't help much there.
Yeah, and like it looks like I'm a mile away from him, but his Dragon's Tooth can go pretty far. Getting gutsy! Roll! That actually worked out really well. Boom! Oh, I missed. Lane. But we got him down to half health.
Which is better than before.
Yes, it is.
Always got to take those positives.
Yeah, there's enough
Especially
negatives in my
Dark
life
Souls.
right now. Oh, crap. I gotta heal soon. Yeah, stairs are a bit funny, too. Like, that was like a 50-50 whether or not he hit me with that. Fighting enemies in stairs is a bit weird.
Oh, that was wonderful.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a shield out. This is how you fight Havel proper. Oh, what's that? You've got a bunch of ridiculously heavy armor? Oh, let's shove you off a cliff. Let's see how well that armor does you now. Oh, I'm out of fireballs. Okay, now we got to get a little bit closer, which is still not ideal. Because he's Havel, and he's the guy you don't want to be anywhere near. And he dies from fall damage.
That was beautiful.
I love you, Dark Souls. Alright, so we got Havel's Ring. We don't really need it because we're pretty well balanced in terms of damage right now, but we're going to take it. Going to go through here. Welcome to Darkroot Basin. We'll be here later. That way there's a bunch of crystal golems which will smash us, and a Hydra which will be really mean to us.
The Hydra is not a fun fight.
And yet you can fight like 4 of them in the game.
Yeah, it still doesn't make any of them a fun fight.
I don't know. Well, what's really interesting about the Hydras is if you take out one of their heads, It's gone permanently.
Yeah, that's the only benefit.
So, now I'm going up here because there's something I remember being up here that I just want to get now, because if I'm not on top of my A game, I might forget that's here. Crystal Lizard. And these guys run away from you a lot, and if they do run away from you, they disappear, and if they do, then you lose their awesome drop of crafting mats. And their crafting mats are pretty rare, and you want them. Nice.
Now you can at least get your scimitar upgraded pretty high.
Yeah. That's the plan. Upgrade my scimitar, get the Fury Sword. My weapon of choice. Even though it is inferior to the Chaos Blade. I will admit that. There's some leather armor, it's not really going to help us all that much.
I still like the Ranger get up. That's what I'm fond of it, because that's the class I started with my very first playthrough of Dark Souls.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Which way are we going? This way. Now, we're about to go meet an old friend of ours, and he's going to be really mean to us. Hey, Black Knight. I'm going to take that. Now, I don't care what you do to me. This guy can kill me now, it doesn't matter. I got the shield. That's what I wanted out of this. There you go. Now, we're not going to recover... Aw, he died too. Hey, we got Blue Titanite out of it.
That is lovely.
I'm taking that as a win. We beat the Blue Knight, or Black Knight. Didn't get his weapons, but we beat him. Anyway. We are now pretty much kitted out. Be sure to equip that shield. This thing does not perfectly block damage either, but it's 95%, so it's better. Plus, as you can see by our green aura of magic awesome, we now have a boost in our stamina, which means we're less likely to run out of attacks when we need them. And now it's really just... Oh, there's one more Crystal Lizard we could go fight, but after that it's just fight the boss of the area, really. And after that, I can see if I can do the proper setup to get the Drake Sword, because that'll make our lives a little bit easier. And if I can't, I'll be very, very sad, but we'll somehow persevere. Yeah, I just run past these guys.
Yeah.
That's the thing in Dark Souls, like, eventually, you just learn to ignore the fodder and just run past them. Also, unlike Dark Souls 3, you can't walk while healing. Your feet are firmly stapled to the ground.
It is a pain in the ass.
It is, but it means that it's a lot more strategic. Yeah, this guy's a bit of a jerk, guarding the stairs like that. Okay, there's a Crystal Lizard in here, but you're going to get chased by people, so ignore him.
I'm just gonna...
It's in one of those boxes, I think. I think 3 of them will follow you up here.
Yep.
Nice. Like a freaking hero. Okay, now you can check the boxes. One of them has a Crystal Lizard in it. Unless it ran away, which is possible. Because Crystal Lizards are like that. It might have been on the floor above you, I can't remember. But I know there's a Crystal Lizard in this tower.
At the very least, there's dead here.
Yeah, there's some boxes you can try hitting here. There you go. Oh no! Yeah, hitting walls and stuff, not ideal. Oh, yeah! Alright. So
This one's the easiest one to kill, though, I think.
Is it? I know the ones in the big tree like to disappear a lot, and they're the ones that have the best drops.
Oh, I hate those ones.
Okay, just remember there's a ladder to your right that you should probably go up because you're going to get shot in the back.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for the reminder about the enemies up there.
Yeah. See, this ladder here is actually to help beat the boss if you really need assistance. But there's also enemies here that will shoot you in the back.
They are dumb as shit, though.
They are. Also, you can see it right now. You see that little part of the wall that's broken that we were running on down there? I've only managed to get it happen once, but I've had the boss actually jump off that.
That is wonderful.
I have it recorded on my Xbox One. I can show you later.
I will definitely want to see that, because that's an awesome... Oh no, there is no sliding down.
Nope, nope. We're going old school. Remember, you got fireballs too. There you go. I was about to say, don't use the gold pine resin. I need that.
Oh no, I wouldn't. I wasn't going to touch that since you have a plan for that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people use gold pine resin on this guy because he's supposedly weak to electricity, but don't. Yeah, again, just right up in his face. Can't hit you. Right between legs. Can't hit you. Hello, Taurus Demon. Also, you can, like I said, that ladder's there. You can. Oh, you might want to heal from that.
Yeah.
Like I said, that ladder's there, so you can just climb up there and fall damage your way to killing him, like you did with the first boss. But yeah, he just sort of jumped off that hole in the wall.
Yeah, I've had that happen before too.
I've only seen him happen once, but it's like, I didn't know that could happen. That's awesome. Okay, got 2 fireballs. Yeah, that was the attack he used when he just jumped off the cliff. Oh, that's a weird one. Weird angle. Okay, you're out of magic, yeah. Heal.
Yeah. Oh, let me just roll back.
Oh. You should be able to take care of this. Oh, maybe not. Now, as you can see, his Tear Stone Ring has activated. Basically, it turns on when you got 25% health, and after that, it increases your defense by like 50%. The problem is you have to get to half health to use it, or like quarter health. And the thing about that is...
Oh, let me get up, let me get up, let me get up. Oh, shit.
Dark Souls is the kind of game where no matter how strong you are, you're going to be killed in 2 hits. So... there we go. So now I've got a question for you.
Whew. Yeah.
How are you going to get the ladder knocked down to the bonfire with how much health you've got?
That is a very, very good question.
Yeah. 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 I don't know.
Sometimes I just ignore the ladder.
I don't like doing that, though.
Oh no, that's fair because it's so much nicer.
Oh, yeah, it's way nicer, especially if I have to try and get the Drake Sword. It's just easier to have that ladder there. Okay, right. We have to go meet our friend in Jolly Cooperation.
Solaire. Who, by the way, is getting an amiibo?
Already out. I tried to get one yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They said it wasn't in stock yet, but it's like, no, it's already sold. We know. Also, how does this guy get an amiibo, but not my boy Ornstein? Also, I don't care about amiibos. Yes. But I kind of wanted a Dark Souls one because I like Dark Souls. Now, here's the thing. If a NPC ever asks you anything, say yes, except patches. If you say yes, he will kill you. If you say no, he will sell you shit after kicking you into a hole because he's a dick.
Yeah, Patches is a terrible human being.
He's been around since the first game. Fan favorite.
Yeah.
Gonna want to back off. Yeah, you can't go through there. Back off.
Yeah, just trying to provoke the...
Yeah. Yeah, this caught me on the first time I played this, too.
No! Oh, that's... that's even... Yeah, in the... Oh, I'm still alive.
Okay, so run to the ladder and hope, I guess.
Okay.
So that catches everyone. That
okay.
killed me the first time I played. It's on the right.
Yeah. Oh, I remember where it is.
Oh, this is scary. Okay, good.
Okay, which direction was
It's
the ladder?
down. That way.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now just be careful. Don't fall off here or you're taking a long path back. Kick. Now you could roll off.
Yeah, it wouldn't make much of a difference, but...
Get some fall damage in there. Okay, if I'm going to try and get the Drake Sword, I think I have to try and play.
Oh, yeah. I totally understand. May want to add some levels unless you're still on your...
I still want to get that Artorias thing. That said, Drake's sword does require like 16 or so strength, so I'll just dump 16 in strength. And I think now we can equip that other shield if we wanted, but I don't think it would make a ton of a difference. It's better in pretty much every regard. Except we roll a little slower. I think I prefer the quick rolling. Normally we will be medium rolling, mainly because that's just how this game is. You can't have any of the fun things without over-encumbering yourself. I'm not sure if the short sword will be able to do it. Let's... Hand axe. Hand axe has more, so yeah. And I'm going to need the gold pine resin. Now you'll see I have 3 of these. That means I've got 3 shots to make this work. And the thing is, even though I kind of vaguely remember how to do this, it's like 50-50 whether or not I actually get this to work. But that's the Hellkite. Its tail has a spike that we can cut off and use as a weapon. Now, a normal person would sit underneath him and shoot a bunch of arrows into his butt, but I don't want to do that. So we're going to sit here and hope this works. Apply this. Stand near his foot. And go do that. Oh crap, that took too long. Shit. Yeah, then he'll do that, and that's like the last thing you want him to do. So the idea is you stand by his foot, he'll lunge forward, and then he can attack his tail. And with 3 hits of his tail... Oh, I don't want to be there. With 3 hits of his tail, it'll drop the Drake sword. But he usually does that. It's that or the charge attack. And it's like, you want the charge because you can actually do something about that. That you can't do anything about. And that's kind of how this is 50-50, even if I know what I'm doing. Because that happens. So that's one try. I'm going to have to take consecutive tries here, I'm sorry.
No, absolutely.
But the Drake Sword is a ridiculously powerful early game weapon. Because it does just flat damage. Whereas every other weapon in the game, almost, has a affinity for your own stats. So as you build your stats, your weapons get better. Whereas dragon stuff doesn't. So the Drake Sword does like 4 times like the damage of any other weapon you could have at this point. So it's a great weapon to have early on, but very quickly becomes less useful. Got our souls back, for what little that matters. Okay. I gotta time this right too, I waited too long. Okay, let's go. Too soon. It's been a long time since I've done this. Okay, stand by his foot. That's... I don't know what he's doing now. That's not good. And now he'll probably do that, which will definitely not be good for us. Because that's a spicy meatball. Ow, yeah. So we got one more shot at this, and if not, we're going Drake Swordless, which really is only good for Quelaag and the gargoyles anyway, but still, it's nice to have it. After this, I think on the roadmap, I'd like to try and get to Darkroot Basin, if we can afford the Artorias Crest, get the Elite Knight armor, get the Wolf Ring, and then just book it to Quelaag.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, it's something. Vaguely plan-esque. After that, I'm not sure.
It's 11% of a plan.
I think that might be generous. But the reason why we switched to the axe is it does a little bit more damage than the short sword. So as much as I prefer the short sword, we kind of need the axe just in terms of how much damage it does. So I'm right here. That's not the move I wanted you to use. I could be over here, though. I mean, it's not going to help that I'm over here, but I'm over here. Hey, guy, you want to charge at me? I will hang out over here. I did not know that was a safe place for what it's worth.
Neither did I. I thought the only safe spot was by the stairs.
I did too. Oh crap, we don't want you to be there. Roll! I can get a swing at your tail. That's 2. Oh crap, but he's hitting us with that stupid flame breath. Tail! And I missed. Oh, we're dead. We are so freaking dead. Like, that's the thing. If I could just get 1 second at his tail, it's like one more swing, I got it. But the problem is, he doesn't want to play ball. He wants to be a dumb, smelly drake. He's not even a real dragon.
I don't think he liked your insults.
Ah, well, we're going without the Drake sword this time, but... Armor of Thorns. I don't think I've ever gotten the Armor of Thorns. I know how to get it, but...
It's tough to get.
You have to beat an NPC 3 times, and he shows up in some really dumb locations. And
including the sewers.
Yeah. Well, I tried to get it last time I played this, actually, but I beat Quailag's domain before, and I think in doing so, that negates his appearance.
Yes.
So, yeah. Oh, I can equip the short sword now, because it doesn't matter. Okay, short sword. And we're going to be reunited with an old friend in a minute. Okay, now we could try and run now, but we don't want to because there's a bonfire over there. Now the trick is, we could have taken a route under the stairs, under the bridge that completely negates it, but we can't get that bonfire if we do, and it's just a nice shortcut, so. And none of the gear on this bridge is really worth having.
Not in the slightest.
Okay. So we're at the Undead Parish, which I think technically we were at already, but there we go. We should respawn here once we die. We open this up, thus leading us back to the path that we would have taken had we gone under the stairs. Hence why we can't get there, because that gate's in the way. And this guy.
It's just a much nicer path.
Oh, it absolutely is. The first time I played, I didn't even know I could go that way, so I was always confused. Okay, now down here is where we would come if we took the route from the bridge. More importantly, there's 3 rats down there. Each of them has a 5% chance of dropping humanity, which is a really useful item. So if you need to grind humanity, that's where you do it.
They also poison you, though, and at this point in time, you probably don't have the required.
That's true. Also, it's our old friend, the Black Knight, again. And we're fighting on stairs. Remember how I said stairs are kind of funny? Well, case in point, we're both going to have trouble hitting each other, even though he's like thrusting straight into the dirt to hit us. That should have hit us and didn't.
Oh, Dark Souls.
Oh, camera angles. Kick me. Oh, that time he hit me. I will give him that. He hit me once. Oh, he hit me a second time. That time he absolutely should have hit me too. Gonna heal. Gonna die. Your turn.
Okay.
It should be noted if we get through this, we want to try and race the guy who closes the gate, if we can.
Okay.
Because there's a gate we have to go through, and if we don't beat him to the gate, we have to go around. It's just this whole thing I don't want to do.
Well, I will try to stick to just bringing down this Black Knight, and I will pass it back to you for that race.
All right.
Because I tend to...
I kind of know a route for it.
I tend to be a little more okay with some of the...
Yeah, that's kind of why I goaded this guy down, is just because I didn't want to trigger that one enemy. Who probably won't be bothered for a while, but I just want to be safe about it. Now, in your opinion, do you think the Black Knight shield is better than the Grass Crest shield in this situation?
In this situation, let me double check the stats before I wake him up.
It's better in every way except for defense against, like, magic.
Then, yeah, the 100% damage reduction.
Yep, that would be it. Whether or not it's worth it over the stamina, I'm not too sure, but
the,
getting this drop really early on was really good for us. That's a scary attack. Oh, okay, you're on the wrong side of those stairs. On the other side, though, you can do this. Yeah, these guys have such cool armor and stuff, but it's like, you don't get it until, like, the end of the game. So it's like, oh, good. I'll use any other armor until then. And then when you get it, there's so many armors that are better. It's like, oh, it's so cool, and I just...
Oh, shit.
I'm using it for fashion at this point. Because fashion souls are a thing. Yeah. Camera angle. Yeah.
Oh, shite nuggets.
Yeah, that overhead swing is scary. There you go. Oh, double KO'd. That's 2 for 2.
Yeah.
It's 2 for 3 anyway. Taking him out like a hero, dying a hero's death. I think he did drop an item too. Crap. Oh well. It would have just been his sword. It's not like that does us any good.
Not for this character build.
No.
My character builds tend to rely more on the bigger swords.
Yeah, I've never had a... Oh, it's fine. I've never really relied on super heavy weapons in these games. I tried in Dark Souls 2 because I saw that, like, blue ultra greatsword that one guy has.
Yeah.
And it's just like... I didn't like that. I preferred a light build. Okay, see that pig right there is a mini-boss who doesn't respawn. You can get a shield and a helmet from him. But if you can see that third guy, like, way off in the distance...
Mm-hmm.
He'll run to that gate and close it. We need to make sure that doesn't happen because I don't want to deal with that. So we're going to try and get around that. And if I can remember the route, we're going to. And that's how you do that. And then you murder this guy because he's an asshole. Closing the gate. All that said, we are now getting... Oh shit, getting triple teamed. That's not good. So, if I don't open that gate again, I'm in trouble. And, unfortunately, there's some big guys behind me that are going to make things a problem. I don't want to trigger them. Okay, we should be good from now on. I think, anyway. So, that was a mini-boss we surpassed, or got past. There's a big knight in there, that's a mini-boss we can fight, not this guy. We're going to run past him, trying to open up another shortcut. And what you can't see is up above us, there's another mini-boss shooting arrows at us. But it doesn't matter, because we got the freaking shortcut.
You want to step on that?
I thought I did.
No, I was like, it should be moving, and I look. And
Why is it not moving? Why am I getting murdered? Okay, so we managed to make this happen, which is good, because we are back at our old friend, the Firelink Shrine. And I believe we actually get extra Estus for being here.
Yes.
Because they enkindled the fire. So we're going to make great use of this. So instead of getting plus 5 Estus, we'll get plus 10. Which means more health for us to survive stuff.
Which is very vital.
Oh, it absolutely is. Okay, now we got to try and beat those 2 mini-bosses, who are standard enemies anywhere else in the game. That guy will sell you miracles. He's a jerk. He's trying to murder a lady who's relatively nice. Kind of. Everyone is a jerk in Dark Souls. And no one gets a happy ending. Spoilers.
Except for maybe you.
Well, that's debatable too. And only if you get, like, the bad ending do you get the actual good ending. Oh crap, he knows I'm here. Hey guy, you want to not murder me? That would be super. Yeah, so this guy's a normal enemy. Later, right now he's a mini-boss, which is good, because he'll get us murdered properly. He's got a lot of heavy armor. We can get his armor if we kill him, but the thing he was guarding was really important. Because it means if we get that, we can boost our Estus Flask. Roll. I will say the shield is, with its 100% damage reduction, is incredibly good.
Yeah, it's just your stamina drain that you have to worry about.
Firekeeper Soul. This gives us more Estus when we use it, plus a drop. Titanite Shard, useful for upgrading. Oh. There's also that guy up there. He's a mini-boss. They didn't show you him. Standard enemy later. There's like 2 that are mini-bosses. There's this one and one in the sewers. Hooray. And the one in the sewers actually attacks you during the boss fight.
Yeah, you have to get rid of it first.
Yeah. I mean, the boss is really easy anyway, but...
But that's the only challenge added to the boss.
Yeah. Well, that, and if you want to try and get the Great Axe.
Oh, there's also that gargoyle axe I really like. The one that's
Yeah,
got
I'd like
the whip.
Yeah, I'd like to try and get that if we can. That's it. I'm using up all my fireballs on this guy right here. Now, this room is scary. Let's ignore the mini-boss right there, who's powering them up and murdered me. But just acknowledge that that is a room full of enemies that have this huge, ridiculous combo that is just mean and completely random. I want to get that.
Very, very, very mean, though.
I don't remember where that ring is, though.
The wolf ring?
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly, it's the one you go through a certain portion of the forest.
Yeah. The problem is I don't remember the forest very well. I mean, you're talking to a guy who ignores the boss of the forest about 20% of the time.
Oh, the butterfly?
The butterfly, yeah. Even though I really like the item you can get from the butterfly.
The butterfly is a really frustrating boss. That's the one where you do need the grass crushed shield.
Well, see, I've never had problems with the butterfly, but that's because by the time I remember it exists, I've got the Fury Sword. And then he just sort of drops to the ground and basically dies instantly to melee.
That is totally fair.
So, I admit I'm doing it wrong. We could have used that Firekeeper Soul in our Estus Flask. Oh,
well. Fluff.
There's next time. Oh, we have to go rescue what's his name, too. Lautrick, or whatever his name is. The guy with the really, really, really nice ring.
Yep. So I have to be on my best.
Well, you could murder him. You get the ring either way, but...
Oh, no, I'm talking here to...
Yeah. Well, that's the trick. The real trick is killing the dragon priest, or whatever it's called.
I hate stairs and parrying.
Again, I've never managed to effectively parry, so... I just swing my shield at them every time I try and parry. It's like, oh, that was wildly useless. That's actually why I like the butterfly shield, because it, swinging your shield actually does an attack.
Stairway fights are not... They're not to my advantage.
Titanite shard. More buffs for the, scimitar.
Yeah, just need to get your stats up to
Oh, yeah.
13 there.
I'm not really worried about, anything until I get to after Quailag, because then I can just, grind and upgrade my, Pyromancer Flame. But, of course, that's assuming I get the, Artorias shield, or, seal, or whatever. Roll to your left. Now fight on some stairs. Actually, use your Pyromancy.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Area of effect damage. Hits ridiculously good. Okay, I'm gonna give you some life advice right now, as someone who has spent his entire life learning how to fight. If you have to fight multiple opponents, don't fight multiple opponents. You have to set yourself up in a situation where you're not fighting multiple opponents. A good way to do this is to run, because people tend to have different foot speed and stamina. And they'll come at you at different speeds. So you can at least kind of take them one-on-one, or like get them in like a really cramped corridor so they can only come at you one at a time. That's how you fight multiple people. Because if you do it any other way, you're not in a good position. I don't know how much actual attacks these guys have. I know they can do that, and that's about it. And they can upgrade things by doing that. Now, I want to point out that thing died in 2 hits if he had actually been hit. Boop. Let's see if he dropped anything. Well, he died unceremoniously. Nope.
He did not drop anything.
Okay, we want to go down that way.
This way.
Behind you.
Behind. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got to go
Dude
free.
in the prison. Oh, no, it's another one.
Don't
I
worry.
love these things armor sets, though.
Yeah, it's good early armor. I tend to not care up until Unrolando, then I get Ornstein's gear. And then I immediately trade in the helmet because it looks terrible on your character. And not just because they remove the plume, I don't care about that. It's about the fact that it makes your character look like a giraffe. You're getting murdered.
Yep. I'm aware.
Parry them.
Yeah, just need to get him off the stairs for that, though.
I'm gonna pretend I... Yeah, I whiff every parry I try. Have you ever parried Gwyn?
No.
You can do it. He's the only boss that gets parried.
Oh, I know that. I've seen other people pull
It's
it off,
fantastic. I would do it if I could actually parry anything. Alright.
Stated.
I think he's got that covered. Touch the blood stain. See how some other poor pleb died?
I don't like to touch bloodstains because I've been playing a lot of Neo, and
I still haven't played that. I've got it on my PS4 downloaded.
it's such a good game.
Thanks to your advice that it was on sale when it was.
Oh yeah, it was a great.
Still human up then, as you...
This is Lautrick. He's a super nice guy and absolutely will not stab you in the back or anything. He also happens to have the best ring in the game.
His armor's kind of weird though.
It's 2 arms hugging.
I truly...
I don't like it very much.
I mean, my character on my last playthrough of the original uses it like as their armor.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's your kind of go-to armor?
My go-to armor, I really like the Eastern set.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Don't you have to, like, join a covenant and betray to get that?
no.
Oh, I'm thinking about, like, the wood grain rings and stuff.
At least I don't believe you did.
I know one of the people who has the wood grain ring has the Eastern set, so I don't know if you get it from him, though.
It's always a little confusing for me what ones are.
Yeah. I know my armor of choice is Ornstein's set, which means I have to take that fight the worst way possible, and the brass helmet, which means I have to betray a covenant and murder some perfectly innocent person.
Yeah.
I don't care.
As you do in this game.
Okay, let's see if we can get the special bonus from this fight. So welcome to a boss fight. Oh, we have humanity.
I like the Pyromancer hood.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's very Link-like. Yeah, you can get either the halberd or the tail.
Well, you
of
can...
the gargoyle.
Well, actually, you're always guaranteed the tail of the gargoyle if you cut the tail off.
Yeah.
But the halberd is just a regular drop. You can also get his shield and his helmet.
I didn't know about the shield.
Yep, I got the shield last time. Zach got the helmet. And, yeah, so just try and avoid him and get his tail is kind of the trick to this. And fortunately, we've got 100% block rate now. As long as we don't get knocked off our poise. Stab his butt. Okay, now things are getting dicey. Might want to try and get him into that and then heal. Now the neat thing about Dark Souls is, like, every fight is a tutorial in some way. And this one teaches you to expect the unexpected because now there's a second boss.
Got the axe.
I would suggest you start pyromancering things, but you only have one fireball too.
Yeah.
Also, Dark Souls 3 uses this fight again, and it's stupid because they like throw 6 gargoyles at you at once.
Yep. And I don't even think it's treated as a technical boss battle.
No, it's not. I think it's part of like a covenant thing, but it's dumb. I do like that they functionally look different, but the other one... Oh, there you go.
But the axe is there.
Yep, we got the axe. I don't think we need it, but we got it. Inner defense. Actualizing your inner self. Zon for dummies.
Yep. Oh, I love this game so much.
Oh yeah, it is by far one of my favorite games of last generation. Like right up there with Fallout 3 and like Just Cause 2.
Yeah, I can see the love for Fallout 3. There's so much greatness in there that I feel Fallout 4 lost, except for the building. I love the building element of Fallout 4.
I found that to be so dumb, but Fallout 4, my problem is there's just so little unique and interesting about it. Like Fallout 3, there were so many unique weapons and stuff, and yeah, they look like every other weapon, but at least they were named differently and had different effects. Fallout 4, you can just name your weapons whatever, so that's gone. There's like 2 interesting environments in Fallout 4. There's the Dunwich quarry, and there's the Chinese submarine, really. And there's 2 unique weapons. There's the icy freaking flamethrower, and there's the alien blaster.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's just nothing unique about it, and I hate that.
It's the same thing. It's kind of the same issue I have with the...
And see, that's why you don't run through there. I wanted to see if I could get by without having to deal with any of this nonsense.
But the horde just kind of fell upon you.
They disagreed.
I love that area, not even for like any gameplay reasons, because it sucks. It sucks so much, but just the visual element of having that many undead just kind of swarm you.
Oh, yeah. And hey, no slowdown. The remaster's doing something right.
Yeah, that's the best part, because that would usually be a really frustrating area just due to the fact that you would be chugging along.
Yeah. Oh, just wait. We're gonna... before we end this, I'm definitely going to get to Blight Town. And I'm going to kill Quelaag, but that's a whole other thing. But we're going to get to Blight Town. Because we need to know, does Blight Town still run at 2 frames a second? Ugh. Why does every Dark Souls have like a level that's like Blight Town? Every single one of them has one, and they're all terrible.
I don't know, because Dark Souls 2 had that weird area with all the... Well, it was like a double, triple layered weird area.
Oh yeah, they all are. Did you play the Demon Souls one?
Yes, but I actually didn't mind that one. Because it was at least constructed well. You weren't being...
The worst thing about Dark Souls 2 one was it was completely 100% in pitch black darkness too.
Yeah.
That was just awful. Gonna try and run past it?
No. No, I don't.
Look at you being Mr. Sensible.
Don't trust these.
That's your chance.
That shield, that tiny dinky little pot lid is a pain in the royal arse.
It's a great parrying shield, I hear.
It is.
But again, I don't parry, so that doesn't do a lot for me. Pick your moment. I think that was half the message of Coco. Oh, by the way, my copy of Coco, it works.
Oh, the...
Yeah, that one. Okay, I have to explain that. So, I live in Canada, where it snows 10 months out of the year. And I was walking home a couple weeks ago, and in the storm drain, there was a copy of Pixar's Coco Blu-ray. Just sitting there. In its, like, little cardboard sleeve. In the storm drain, just submerged in water. So I took it home, and after about 4 days of drying, because for whatever reason a Blu-ray case apparently retains water really well, it worked. I watched it. It was a decent film. Visuals were amazing.
Yeah, it really does have going for it. It feels less Pixar and more old school Disney in many ways.
Oh, absolutely. I'd agree with that.
Which is leaps and bounds better than when they did Brave, which was...
I've heard so many terrible things about Brave. But I also have the Brave Connect video game. Because games with gold. Be careful, you're going to attract those other big knight guys that are like just behind those chairs. Alright.
He says that's exactly what we needed, a broken straight sword.
It's a good thing we haven't actually broken any of our weapons yet either. That's a pain in the ass.
Yes, or our armor.
Oh god, yeah.
Weapon durability sucks unless it's handled well.
Yeah, and it's never been handled well, ever.
I'd give the original betas for Neo some credit again on that, where it just forced you to keep switching through, and I mean, you could pretty much every enemy you fought dropped a weapon, so
Yeah. Okay, that's kind of new. Didn't Neo have like stuff that was exclusive to the beta? Like if you played through the beta, you got like an exclusive thing that would carry over to the main game.
yes.
That's really cool. I remember reading about that and feeling bad because I got it like a year after it came out. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna get all the neat things, and then I still haven't played it. And then I heard people bitching about how historically inaccurate it was because the main character wasn't actually a samurai because of fighting prowess, but because he was a navigator.
Oh, those people need to grow up. It's just as anime as like
Yeah, I don't think people
as
fought demons
Lolly,
in this
as Lolly Nobunaga, which like
version. That's a thing.
that is a thing.
That's amazing.
Like that is just as historically accurate as that. And oh, this shield is a godsend.
Oh yeah, that is like a 5% drop too, I think. So we got real lucky getting a piece of gear from a Dark Knight. Oh, that's a problem.
This is where shite.
Yeah.
Shite in the shite. Oh my god, I rolled into the fire.
See, this is where the Drake Sword would have come in handy.
Yes, it would have. Maybe we could get the axe to work for us.
I don't think I've got the, we have the strength for it.
Oh, that's true. I don't know. I think it's 16 strength.
Is it? I've seen some wicked things with this axe, like it's an axe on a bungee cord.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing to me.
It's amazing because of that.
That goddamn ring. That is the
Favor
best
protection.
ring in the game. Well, let's see. Gargoyle Axe. 14 and 14 dexterity, but we don't have the dexterity for it. Because we have 12. Oh.
Yay.
Oh, wait. Do we have... Because we might... Yes, please. I was going to use this for another thing, but if it helps... I do need to increase my dexterity anyway for the Fury Sword. 700. Okay, so we probably still won't have enough.
I think we have a large one.
What do we need? Reverse hollowing, kindle. Is it just... How do you use the Firekeeper sword?
You go down to the Firekeeper.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because you can use it, but it gives you like...
It increases how much health you get.
No, I know, but after you've used 7, like, you can use it for like plus 2,000 souls if you wanted. It's this asshole who has that awesome ring. Really, really holding back the urge to murder him horribly. You know, we do have humanity. We could just summon Solaire.
Oh, that's true.
Alright. Screw it, we're gonna summon Solaire. So, we're gonna utilize something called multiplayer, except we're gonna use an NPC. We've suddenly become...
Just remember you can be invaded now.
True, but we can only be invaded by people that are our level plus or minus 10 plus 10%. And invaders, as I recall, have to, at the very least, have gone through and beaten the 4 kings, so I'm feeling pretty confident that it's not going to be a problem.
Oh, that's fair. I'm still thinking off of
Yeah.
Dark Souls 2
Where-
and 3, where invasion was like from the get-go.
Oh, yeah.
In fact,
You know, I'm sure people could, like, just start invading noobs at this point, just rush through the game, get that at level 1, and just completely destroy them with better gear.
yeah. But no, my biggest issue with that PvP in these games can be a real pain in the ass because there's this code of conduct that it's an unspoken code.
Bow?
That, yes, never use your Estus.
Forget that.
Like if you invaded me, I'm not playing by these rules. If I was just trying
If you bow to me, I'm stabbing you in the face. That's how that's working out for you, buddy.
Yeah,
That said, you occasionally run into, like, invaders who'll just run through and clear out all the enemies for you, and then just leave. Those people are pretty cool.
yeah, and it's always unusual that they're an invader when they could have been like a
Well, it's not an extra load on the system, so you could have a max team plus 1
Yeah,
in that
that's
situation. That's, I think, kind of why they do that. That way. Stab. 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 Gotta admit, I like this heavy attack.
Oh, this is like there's an area in Bloodborne where you can just grind for blood by doing that sort of thing. If you're using the Ludwig's greatsword, because it's the only sword with a stab.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can just spend hours getting like 15,000 blood or something per.
Yeah. Solaire's sign should be up here. There it is. It's our old son bro, Solaire. He's gonna help fight us a boss. And another guy who's naked. Why not? Whoops. That's not what I wanted. Oh well. Roll. Yeah, we can definitely see some differences in style. Like, Caleb likes to block more and I like to roll more.
Yep, just have.
And I'm about to get my ass kicked more.
But you got Solaire to do some stuff for you.
Yeah. I think now would be... Oh, right. I got this map to the other side that I'm used to. But normally, it's either shield or pyromancy, not weapon or pyromancy.
Oh, that's fair.
But we're just going to try and kill these guys before things get too out of hand. Or Solaire can tank it for us, I don't care. Oh, hey, we got another axe, except we didn't well, get one. Oh, thanks, Solaire. This guy seems to have ridiculously low health, or it's just the lack of armor.
I think it's the lack of armor.
Because he basically died with one fireball. There we go.
We want to grab the.
Got the helmet. Don't care. Got a sunlight medal, which is useful for people who want to be in covenants that aren't the Chaos Covenant. I think there was an item around here. Or something. I remember there being an item around here. No.
I think it's part way up.
No. And there's a guy who's normally here, but he's not here right now. Who's there to pay him to make sure NPCs don't hate you entirely. But who cares? Alright, we are up. It might be over here, maybe? Okay. That's an instant death if you fall. Let's not do that.
Not while you're human and.
Yeah. Oops. Actually, depending on how this goes, I might end up dead anyway. Okay, so we rang the bell. That's the first of things we need to do to get to the midpoint of this game. Let's ring the bell. And then you gotta go ring another bell. So that's what we're gonna go do next. After a quick stopover. I don't think I've got the money for it. Shit.
For which Artorias is.
Yeah, because I want to get the Elite Knight stuff. I think you need 20,000.
You need 20,000, yeah.
Yeah, we got 11. Okay, well, we can look for the Wolf's Ring while we're down there. And in doing so, hopefully get some experience that will ultimately let us buy the Artorias thing so we can get better armor. I think is now the current plan, because by the end of this I want to kill Quelaag. That is sort of the... As long as that's not too much of a problem on you.
Oh, no, it's not.
Okay, because I don't want you to feel like you're here longer than you want to be or anything. Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
this
there he
guy.
is. He
This
says-
creepy asshole with his weird hat. I think the only way to get that hat is to kill him, too. That's
Yep.
pretty. That's...
Yeah, it's always looked good, but they did some additional textures on the backgrounds that just...
Yeah, that reminds me of when I was playing this with Zach, who is an asshole, to keep up a running theme. He wasn't the kind of person you would think would like this, because he likes really easy games and stuff. And it wasn't until we got to Anor Londo, and we died against the boss a couple times. And as we were running back to it, he just said, "I finally get it. I get why you love this game." And it was like, vindication. Even he likes this game. So that's... Even if you don't like a hard game, because it's not hard, you know, you might like this game, because it's just good.
You just have to spend a lot of time learning patterns.
Yeah, it's... Well, that's the thing. Like I said, it's not hard. It's... as long as you don't have your head up your ass, you should be able to recognize traps and stuff and pay attention to enemies. And if that's the case, you're fine. Stab. Stab. Oh, apparently the Night Solaire amiibo does do a thing. If you have him, you automatically gain the Praise the Sun gesture. Which is...
Interesting.
At least it does something. I didn't think it would do anything.
That guy shouldn't have gone back up after that backstab.
He shouldn't have, but he did.
He had like such a small slither of health.
Yeah. Oh, we can go say hi to our old friend, the Pudding Knight. Have you played the Artorias DLC?
I have played through the first little area.
I've never had the Artorias DLC. So, it's going to be fun, because that's included here. Oh, we can go fight a Titanite demon. That might give us the experience. Or the souls we need.
Yep.
Now, I feel very conflicted about this guy up here. He's our old friend, Onion Knight McPuddington. Because we can sit here and we can basically go through his entire quest line, and if we do, we get a Titanite's slab, which is ridiculously useful for upgrading gear. Or we can kill him now and get a good ring. Well, goodish. It's the only way you can get that ring.
It always depends on how you feel. Whether you want the item that they drop more than...
Well, that's the thing, and you can get Titanite slabs. They're a drop. They're a, like, 1% drop, but you can get them.
Oh, I get a lot of them. And this isn't trying to brag. I have the weirdest luck with these things. So
I'm jealous. Hey, don't attack this guy. Well, you could kill him and get the Artorias thing that way, I guess. I can learn a gesture. Hurrah! Purchase item. Yes, 20,000. Okay. So let's go kill a Titanite demon. So this guy's kind of mean. You'd think he's a boss. He's not. He's like a mini-boss. He doesn't respawn or anything. Also, it wasn't until last year when I played it with my buddy Zach, who is an asshole, that I learned that he had one leg. I never really noticed he had one leg. I thought he had two. But you can get that giant thing that's his face as a thing. You can also get his staff, but it's like a 1% drop type thing. It's really rare. Also, there's that one room with one of these guys, because they take up a lot of space. There's a room in the mid-game where you just enter this small little teeny tiny side room, and he's just there.
Oh, I'm trying to remember exactly where that is.
It's in the castle.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's like the camera's so bad you don't even see it. You're just sort of walking into it. It's like, oh god. Suddenly there's a giant thing that I can't outmaneuver. Your turn.
Okay.
Try and get those souls back if you can.
Yeah, that'll be my first
Or else,
priority.
or else this whole thing is moot and we might as well just go try and get smashed in by Quelaag.
It will be painful. Very, very painful.
Want me to freshen up your drink?
Sure.
It's going to be mildly warm because we don't have any ice down here, but...
Yeah, no worries.
I'm very thirsty and I'm losing my voice.
Okay. So yeah, I take on these demons a little differently. For one, I usually don't use pyromancy, but I can definitely pull it off.
You make do with what you have. Quit complaining.
Oh, no, it's not a complaint. I'm stating that it's...
Yeah, I know. I'm just going to knock that cap all over the place. Yeah, I would have gotten behind him too, but I worry about that tail. So I just try and keep him in a medium range so I can avoid that swing. They have a lot of health. We're definitely going at this in kind of a suboptimal manner. Ideally, we'd come back later, but...
Or we would have upgraded some of the gear, or been using some of the better pieces we have.
But we're going to be getting better gear in a minute.
Yeah, so...
Assuming we can remember where to go. So it's kind of moot to try and do it that way.
I try to lure him back to the front so that if I die, the souls are easily accessible.
It shouldn't be too hard to run past him. He's not exactly a fast guy.
No, but...
And now you're not locked on. That's one thing I don't like about Fireball, though. It arcs, so it's actually really hard to hit with at any like angle that other than like the exact explicit angle you're supposed to hit him with. Okay. Yeah, once again, just get right up in their grill and you're perfectly fine. Dark Souls. We make sense. I gotta admit, I'm impressed that this game has managed to keep a stable frame rate.
Yeah, these fights used to be a little more,
Laggy.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell where the hell you were in relativity to anything. I don't know what that was. Oh! Yeah. Play it safe, heal up. We're playing the Intelligent Souls here. I don't think anyone gave him the memo. This was Dimwitted Souls. That's totally the name of this series now. Trademark me. With DJ cat noises in the background. I mean, I'm surprised we haven't disconnected yet. Usually my router disconnects like 4 times when I try and do anything on the internet. I'm genuinely surprised. This
No,
is actually,
I can understand that.
This is going a lot better than I thought it would be. Especially considering I've never streamed before. Of course, now we get a bunch of loud housemates walking in, so hopefully that doesn't mess the audio up too much. Hopefully I mixed the audio properly in the first place.
Okay. I fight these things with a lot of patience. That's my,
That's how you should fight everything in Dark Souls except Pinwheel.
Oh, no, those things I want to die in as, like, instantaneously as possible.
Oh yeah, that's how you kill Pinwheel. Like, this game is very much about, like I said, paying attention and stuff, so it's always about being cautious and watching your opponent and figuring out how they work. But this game also likes to play with that knowledge as well, because they know that's sort of what they're fostering, so they've got 2 bosses that just benefit from rushing. Unfortunately, when I first played Pinwheel, one of said bosses, I happened to not have that knowledge on hand and played really cautiously, and I killed him, but I died at the same point I killed him, and I didn't get his drop.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
And then Patches killed me. So I couldn't get him to sell me the drop either. So it was either beat the game without the drop or play through the game again and do things less dumb. And I don't think I've ever actually genuinely gotten one of those masks. Because I just never bothered. Oh, you got this.
Let's not jinx it now.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point I'd be making bad decisions and just trying to spam attacks to get him before he kills me. He's actually playing sensibly. Alrighty.
Okay. There we go.
We got Demon Titanite, a Titanite slab, I believe. Oh no! Connection lost. Returning to title menu. Now the question is, does that mean my internet is dead? If it does, I guess that means that we are just recording to ourselves at this point. And that would be a little awkward.
No, it's...
Network check failed.
It looks like it's still going on.
Alright, cool. Actually, this might be better for us if we're using the Seal of Vitorius in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so... Yeah. Now I'm just watching the stream, making sure it's still going. It seems to be. It's a good thing we picked up that Titanite slab before that disconnected us.
Yes.
That would have been scary, because it's like, oh, there's only so many of those.
There's only so many, and the save may not have been there.
Oh, yeah. Well, if the save wasn't there, then we might have still had a chance to fight him, but that would have been annoying.
Yeah, we are so underpowered at this moment because these fights against these things are usually, for me, they're usually a lot easier.
Well, they're not hard enemies. It would help if I had pyromancy at this point, though. I could have gone back and used it, I guess, but I didn't want to. And there's one up ahead. I was going to ask you before we were so rudely disconnected, Namco Bandai servers. Welcome back to Darkroot Garden, where the Hydra was, by the way. Do you know how to get one specific item in here? Because I don't think I've ever gotten it.
Which one?
We're going to see it in a sec. That one.
That one?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Okay. I don't know how to get that, so...
Yeah, I know how to get that one.
We're going to get ambushed from behind. So we're going to have to fight 2 of these. And I don't have pyromancy. Because I like...
Can't you flee and get to the hidden...
I could, but if it's like other Dark Souls, and again, it's been a while, but I can't bonfire if I'm being pursued.
Can't remember if that was only in the later ones because people abused it in the first one,
Yeah.
or...
I mean, it's fine. It's 2 of these guys, and one of them's about to die.
Oh yeah, now it's
And we might get some grass that'll be useful for Blighttown.
Yeah, Blighttown. No matter how much you hate it, you still gotta do it.
Unless you're sensible and you got the Master Key like we did, in which case you can skip like 90% of it.
But you still have to go down there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We need the Seal of Vittorius to go through here. There's a bonfire here. We're sitting here. But we can't get to the Seal of Vittorius because we need 20,000 souls and we don't have enough. We could level up. We're not going to because, again, we need the souls. We're going to try at the very least to get the Wolf Ring if I know where that is, but I don't. If you have any idea where anything is, feel free to direct.
Okay. So, you want to get through here.
I know you don't want to go down there.
No, not right. Not with the sort of gear we've got.
Yeah, we'll get ambushed by a bunch of really big guys that otherwise aren't here.
Okay. And so, instead of provoking the giants, you'll want to turn to your right.
That way?
Yep. And you want to go through that tree. You have to kill it, though.
I have pyromancy. What am I doing? That tree is moving. That's not a real tree. Eat fire tree. Actually, you're eating it quite well for a tree. I'm surprised. Ooh, that
These
was gross.
does not respawn, if I remember correctly. So,
Neat. I genuinely don't think I ever...
be careful with those enemies.
Suggestions?
They can poison you. So, kind of shield up or pyromancy.
Okay. They look like they're like lava, so I wasn't sure pyromancy would actually work.
I wouldn't... Yeah, they're like some weird snake, frog, mantis... Not mantis.
Manta ray.
Manta ray thing.
I know that some of these trees, if you go near them, they attack you. With, like, just environmental attacks.
Yeah. Well, you have another one of those trees from earlier.
Oh, good. Do these trees actually attack you?
No, not you have to kill them though. But
Well, that's fine. If I don't have to waste pyromancy, I'll sit here and stab them all day for all I care. Free souls, and we only need 6,000 more.
no, these things don't give souls.
Oh. Waste of time, and we only need 6,000 more. Stab. So how's your day? Aside from not going to see Deadpool like we planned.
Oh, we just spent it all stabbing trees.
That was a dumb tree.
They are frustrating things because... Now be careful, there's more of those manta ray frogs.
Okay. Any idea where I'm going?
Yes, you need to find a cave.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out for cave-like substances. That looks like a cave.
Yes. There will be a giant.
Uh-oh.
Oh, one of those stone giants.
Okay. Is he going to be down, and can I run past him?
I think you can, but I wouldn't recommend it because...
I'll lose my souls if I get...
Yeah.
Oh, goody. Welcome to what we were trying not to provoke earlier. I'm your host, the guy who's about to get killed by this thing. I don't know what that did. Okay. Oh, that's what it does. Oh, shit.
This is where you want a turtle.
Yeah, I'm shielding. I'm really scared though. How long does this stupid debuff last?
There you go.
There we go.
He'll cast it again, just to be fully honest.
Oh, that's fine. I can stab him in that time. Uh-oh. It's kind of bad news when your sword just kind of dings off them. Oh god, that's a problem.
Oh, that is. I didn't know there was another one down
New
there.
plan. Run like hell. We'll figure out the rest of the plan as we go.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Okay, now how do I jump?
You run and then hit.
There we
you
go. That's the wolf ring. I love the wolf ring. I had it forever. I don't think I've ever actually been up there though. Oh crap. I forgot about you guys.
Yeah, but if you die here, it's not as big a deal.
Yeah, no, I'm right next to the bonfire. I can just get my souls back. Now we have to figure out how to get 6,000 souls rather easily.
Well, these things drop 100 piece.
Yeah, that's only 60. Oh, there's a soul.
It's a large soul, so I think that's about 1,000.
Well, let's find out. I think we have a few more we haven't used too.
Nope, that's... Yeah, they're 1,000 a piece.
Okay, so now we just need 4,000 more. Oh, and I'm swapping this out for the poise ring. I hope you're not offended by that.
I would never be because I do not use the blue tier stone ring.
It's not that useful. Like, I think I mentioned this, but in a game where you die in 2 hits, something that activates when you're at 20% health isn't going to help you in any way, shape, or form.
Nope. It's a problem I found in the newest God of War as well. There's a lot of abilities and such that are based around your health being really low, but if you're in critical health, you're either going to get killed and be using a revival item, or you're just going to you're just going to die.
Yeah.
Especially on the higher difficulties in that game, where you really aren't going to be benefiting from low HP boosts. You want boosts and stuff that genuinely boost you throughout the entire fight, not one you're struggling to survive.
That's why I'm not against using stuff like the Chaos Blade or Power Within, which drains your health, because it's such a minor thing for such a major effect. I was really hoping, and I forgot that I was really hoping we could sell things to this guy. But we can't.
Nope, not until we ring both the bells can we sell stuff.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it hurts when you remember that.
I just remembered I have to go to this guy to get my equipment fixed until I buy a thing from him, too. Alright, well, I guess we're going to be grinding for a little bit to open up a place where you can grind for a lot of bit.
In this case, I would suggest going after the statues, just resetting yourself at the...
You think? Okay.
Yeah, because you have a full pyromancy if you don't use it on the trees.
Well,
even if you do, you can use the...
I'll use it on the trees to get there, then swap at the bonfire. You would think they would take more damage.
You would think a lot of things in Dark Souls, and they always like to prove you wrong.
That's very true. This is a game that is definitely not one for expectations. Hence the golem and pinwheel.
Yeah, they want you to get into a comfort zone.
But yeah, I mean, I mentioned this during the gargoyles fight, but every fight in its own way is a tutorial. With Quelaag, it's literally, you have to pay attention to shit because you have to pay attention to both her human half and her non-human half, spoilers. But with other characters, it's like, okay, it's a tutorial on not sitting there and paying attention and waiting, it's about going.
Yeah.
It's genuinely not a game about expectations and learning and paying attention.
It can be tough.
It can be tough, but it's bloody rewarding. I mean, it's one of the best games of last generation. And I mean, now that there's a remaster of it, it's probably going to be one of the best games of this generation because this generation's kind of thus far been crap. All views are spoken by me, are property of me. They don't reflect his opinions of the Switch. I'm not going in there. I think there's like 4 that jump on you.
Yeah, you just kind of want to lure.
I think I can just throw one while he's down. I cannot throw one while he's down.
No, these things are royal pain.
Oh, yes, they are. Right side is if he does that, I can sit here and spam a couple of rounds at him. Problem is I now have to deal with this.
On the plus side, could be a hell of a lot worse.
But not significantly so.
No.
600 souls, that's not too bad. Pound for pound, they also give you the second stat-wise best armor in the game.
Yeah.
I don't like it because it's heavy, though.
No, I'm kind of a tank player in most RPGs.
Yeah, I'm more of a rogue-style character.
So I always appreciate a nice looking set of heavy armor, but too often they really just give you stone in games, and Dark Souls is not innocent of that either, where they just legitimately give you
It's
stone.
either stone armor or it's Havel's armor, which is made of stone. I want to point out that's very reflective stone for what it's worth.
Yes, it's been polished something years.
Their accuracy leaves something to be desired. Not that I'm complaining.
So glad that this game did not have Dark Souls 2's stupid idea to eliminate all enemies.
Oh, yeah. Well,
After you kill them a certain number of times, they just are permanently dead.
well, you can set it in Dark Souls 2 that that doesn't happen, but...
Yeah, but it increases the difficulty of the game overall. Of the HP of the enemies and such.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dark Souls 2 did a lot of stupid things. I mean, Shrine of Amana is the worst thing in a Souls series ever.
Oh, which one was that?
Dark Souls 2, that was the area where you were up to your waist in water, moving super slow, fighting enemies
that's right.
at a range that will just keep spamming magic at you, and they could just machine gun it at you.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, that is... Like, they fixed it in Scholar of the First Sin, and it was still terrible.
Oh, it's just a terrible, like... 2 has some problems. One of them being the really poorly balanced spider area, where there are so many of them just dropping on your head.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like spiders, so it doesn't help much. It's the same as Bloodborne's snake area. It scares the
Yeah.
jeebers out of me due to my personal fears. But
Yeah, fair enough.
but the whole
That spider area was terrible.
it's just that they drop on you out of nowhere. And even when you know where they are, you discover like there's like 5 or 6 more.
When you fight the boss, they infinitely spawn on you, too.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same with Rom in Bloodborne, but Rom's handled like infinitely better.
This guy's aim is just terrible.
To be fair, though, you were right in his face,
Yeah, that's true.
and as we've been discussing already, being,
That's where you want to be. Whoosh.
I love it when they don't even get to cast their spell.
Yes, it's quite cathartic to take them out while they're trying to cast their magic.
But yeah, Rom summons an unlimited amount of spiders, but that's not a problem just because of how Bloodborne handled it.
Yeah.
And Rom's like the most frustrating boss in that game, so people still hate the design style, but it's nowhere near as bad as 2's. And I always I always make sure to get the 1,000,000 souls you need to bypass,
Oh yeah, me too. Screw that.
because there's a few areas that are mandatory that just aren't fun. Whereas in this game, despite all the complaints about Blighttown, its biggest issue was its frame rate, not the design of the environment itself. And
Yeah. Did I ever tell you about my first experience with Dark Souls 2?
no,
Okay, so I played through Dark Souls 2. I was completely frustrated with the Shrine of Mana, but I bought it. I played it. I even grinded that stupid boss to get the Shadow Gear, because I really like that Pyramid Head helmet.
yeah,
And I got to this one boss that I was just frustrated with to the point because it was cheap, because it curses you, which drops your health to nothing.
yeah.
And I gave up, and later, about a year later, I was like, I wonder how far I got. I got to the last boss and gave up.
Oh yeah, I had that feeling a few
The
times
Chandra.
too, because she's a pain in the ass with that.
She completely comes out of nowhere, too, because, before that, you see her as, this perfectly nice lady, and then she's freaking the Grim Reaper, and there's like no like
Actually-
connection that's the same person.
Yeah, there's no, like, this is one of those times you wanted a cutscene, almost like the Gargoyle one, where they
show
come
her
to
like
life.
turning into like death or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was just confused. I was like, who is this random death person that just shows up? How far did I make? Oh, I made it to the end. Oh, that was the Queen Lady. Huh?
Yeah, because in the lore itself actually hints at this early on, that she's the big bad of the game.
Yeah.
But,
Dark Souls is kind of not generous with its lore.
no, not unless you're willing to dig for it. And half the lore also has to come from interviews with the creators of the game, so...
Yes, I would choose nothing if not for the pendant at the start of Dark Souls. Thanks. Did you hear that interview?
Oh, yes, I did. It was quite amusing because everyone thought, oh, the pendant must give you some sort of boost. And
It
turns out,
does
no.
nothing. It was just him messing with you so you didn't take the master key and break the game so you could skip the sewers. Give me your stupid, shitty crest that looks like a shield that I can't use as a shield. This is one of the few items that New Game Plus you can't keep.
Yeah.
Which you should be able to keep because it's a stupid giant shield.
Well, I love the New Game Plus system on this one where it just keeps going on and on. And
I thought it was just New Game Plus 1 and that was it, but like Dark Souls 2 it was New Game Plus Infinity.
No, the first one had it too.
Oh.
The easiest way to tell how far you got in is keep track of the S-stocks you get.
Yeah. I know that...
Because there's only one in the game. And it respawns with each playthrough.
That makes sense. I know... I don't know how far Dark Souls 3 did it, but I know Dark Souls 3 New Game Plus is stupid how easy it is. Because, like, you can just tank every enemy in New Game Plus.
Yeah.
I've tanked all the bosses in New Game Plus with no armor. It just gets dumb. Also, things were not Oh, right, because I didn't go to a bonfire. I thought I did. I was like, why are things not respawning? I'm watching you. They're not jumping up behind me. What?
Well, the worst part would be that you also had no pyromancy, so as you go to do it, it would give that kind of, like, shocked look of, oh no!
Yeah, you gotta watch the animation. Okay. Welcome to PvP Central. We're offline, so we won't have to deal with this. This is also everyone's grinding spot ever. When this is over, I will be back so I can upgrade my pyromancy to max, but right now we are looking for some awesome armor that's here that I don't remember where it is. If you know where it is, feel free to chime in.
I'm trying to remember this area. I don't spend as much time here as I did some others. You're going for which one? The Elite Knight?
Yeah.
I think it is that.
I think it is too, but I'm not sure. But this is also where you go to a Covenant that is... Yep, that's the Eastern stuff. Oh crap, that's the gear you like. Okay, we need the Elite Knight, which is basically like the knight armor but better. And we get to be the guy on the cover, so we really are the main character. Yeah! Oh, I think I know where it is. I think it's guarded by those giant cats.
Ah, that's right.
Also down there's the Hydra that we skipped earlier.
And they never need to see. You could, by this point, you should be able to also access the Artorias of the Abyss DLC.
You have to kill the Hydra first.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because you have to get Dusk of Usil. I've never even played that DLC, but I know she doesn't show up until after you kill the Hydra.
Yeah, that's right. But you can be doing that now. Like it's.
Oh yeah, we could. And I kind of want to because I've never played the DLC.
It's ridiculously tough compared to the vast majority of the rest of the game.
Having played Dark Souls 3 and seen Artorias' armor, I really like it, but I'm not gonna bother just for armor. And also, I can get Ornstein's armor, which I like more, except for this stupid helmet, which does not look good on your character.
The main reason to do the Artorias of the Abyss DLC is because it's just a fun collection of boss battles, and...
Yeah, okay, so we're around a bunch of really angry giant cats, by the way. Who will do that to us? And we'd prefer they did not, which is why we're gonna run between a bunch of trees. Now, I thought the armor was around here. I mean, worst case scenario, I'll just go online and figure out where the hell is the elite armor. I know this is where the, you can fight some mushrooms to get a ember for a thing, but I don't need that. I just want what is basically the best medium armor. There's some armor. I know you can get the stone armor around here. There's a bunch of mushrooms that are very slow and dopey looking, but will murder you.
Yep. Oh, you face a lot more of those in the Artorias of the Abyss.
Do you? I know you run into a few in the area where you have to fight the other Hydra. This is the stone armor.
One fun fact, we haven't encountered any yet, but be careful of those chests for mimics.
Oh yeah, mimics. Alright. You play. I'm gonna search.
Oh, I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, are you?
actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to. I didn't want you to use your phone data or whatever.
Oh, I have no problem.
I've got a terrible phone plan, so.
Yeah, actually, you did not need to go in here.
Oh. Where did I need to go?
The Elite Knight armor is in that, I believe it's in that area.
Oh, with the giant stone guys?
Yeah.
Alright, well, we had to open up this area anyway for grinding to get better pyromancy. So I'm not counting that as a loss. Besides, every death in this, as long as you learn something, is a step forward. Or something. I choose to be positive about it.
As you should.
Now I just gotta find that Elite Knight armor and we can go fight Quelaag. Oh, and maybe get stomped by a zombie dragon on the way.
Also likely.
Well, I'm probably gonna try and get the other Tear Stone ring and the shield it guards.
Okay, so don't go after the... Oh, yeah, it's that...
That one?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, hopefully we don't run into any of those, like, trees with snakes in them that instantly kill you. There we go! And now everything goes to shit. And we could go after another boss here, but we're not going to because screw it. I hope I have enough to cover it. I hope you don't mind that we're swapping to this.
Oh, I don't care.
Because this is, like, pound for pound the best armor. It's not super heavy or anything. We are slow rolling, so I think
Use that large soul you got and level.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm just gonna sit the bonfire. Yeah, and then we'll upgrade our endurance, I believe. Yes. I don't know why they tell you to use quantity if there's only one. 8,000, that'll give us some levels. Alright, so it's endurance that should increase our equipment rate.
Yeah.
That should be good. There we go. We're medium rolling now.
I like to get as much endurance as possible so that I can just, like, quick roll even in medium armor.
Oh yeah, I totally get you. That's kind of why I like, well, in addition to every reason to like the Ring of Favor and Protection, it boosts your equip load.
Yes, just like the Havels. But you can't take that ring off or else it just breaks.
Yeah, but how many other rings do you really want to wear?
Exactly.
Like, yeah, the Ring of Favor Protection. If you take it off, it breaks. Okay, but it's the best ring. Why would I take it off? I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna heal.
And then run some more.
Yep, that's the plan. And then we're gonna go piss off a dragon. And then once we kill Quelaag, I can upgrade my Pyromancy Flame and meet Quilana, get better magic, and really start kicking bottom.
Yeah. It's amazing how short this game is when you know what to do, because you're not even speedrunning here. Like, this isn't even a speedrunning attempt. This is just playing the game.
Speedrunning would have actually taken that special, like, skill way of getting the Drake Sword. I've seen speedruns doing that. That's how I know about it.
Yeah.
But I whiffed it really hard.
Yeah, we all whiff on certain things. And that one, it's also kind of RNG, because...
Yeah, you've got like a 50-50 if they do the right thing or not.
Yeah, they either do it or they don't.
You wouldn't be free next week around this time, would you?
Next week,
Because we could just keep doing this, have like a weekly stream of this.
I'll see what my schedule's like and get back to you, because,
Sure. Because I think this is definitely working better than just me talking, because I don't think I'm that interesting.
No, the other thing, I could do, I could Skype or something.
You could, but
But if
it
you're
would-
struggling with bandwidth already on,
well, as far as I know, we're not. But my brother's concerned about it, so I don't want to be
Push
too
it.
much of a problem.
Yeah.
Also, if we're gonna do a Skype thing, what I'd request is that you have to like go through Audacity and record your audio separately and send it to me so I could composite them.
yeah.
But even so, that's a pain in the ass.
Oh no, I understand that.
I tried to
because
do
I'm
that
still
with-
I'm still planning to pick up my own copy on the Xbox One.
Yeah,
for this.
originally we were gonna play this together, just summoning people was kind of what I was thinking. This is where I first went when we went to the Firelink Shrine. It's a place full of ghosts that you can't do anything to.
Yep. I love this area. So
I freaking hate it.
I just love the art design for this area. How it's just this flooded city that just exists. Like there's.
Now, if I may interrupt for just a sec, if you were a sensible person like us, you've got the master key, and you just skipped those terrible, like 3 areas and that worst part of Blighttown. Congratulations.
The first half. Oh man, the first half of Blighttown.
I mean, the second half isn't exactly a cakewalk, but
Well, the second half though is not all the falling and hoping you don't get poisoned.
it's just going down a ladder and an elevator and hoping you don't get poisoned.
You should probably grab a straight sword since you're right over here.
Okay, you're gonna have to direct me.
It's one of the two. It's
I know one of these is a shield, and he gets pissed off if you take the shield, but I want the shield. But I'm trying to get the Tearstone ring, which is over there first. But I intend to loot everything. I don't think I'm gonna be able to beat him, but
no, that fight's hard.
did I sit at the
died.
bonfire in Firelink Shrine?
Yes, you have 10 Estus.
Okay, then, because I'm like, oh shit, are we gonna go back to Darkroot, and you're gonna have to like, I'm just gonna walk around you now.
I'm gonna have to hoof it.
Yeah.
It is possible. To be fair, I could also hoof it the other way through Darkroot because I know the path down here at the shrine that's or the bonfire that's just in there.
Yeah, that's true. There is a shortcut through Darkroot. That should be the brigand stuff. I think you get the witch hat on this bridge too, but you have to have been friends to the witch for a while. And we haven't summoned her yet. And we ignored the first place where we could have fought her. I don't know how I'm getting down from here, for those of you curious. But more importantly, we got the other Tearstone ring, which does us absolutely no good. Let's see if this fall will kill us. Probably.
Not.
Nope, but that might.
Oh.
I don't know what you were aiming at. If you get out of my way, that would just be super there, Pumpkin.
That was pretty impressive.
I have to admit, I didn't want to say it, but I was kind of impressed with myself. Like, how did I just do that? I did a thing. There was no way that should have worked. How the hell did that work? I mean, I'm gonna end up dying to that dragon. I know it, but
It is possible to survive. It's just very, very hard.
without fighting it and getting all its loot, it's ridiculously hard. And the thing is, we could fight it with our pyromancy, but it doesn't do a lot at this stage because it's
No.
kind of a late game sort of mini boss type thing. But yes, this is a zombie dragon. It's dead until it's not dead. Then it's undead and it's angry with us.
I'm just impressed with how in the lore, like, the dragons are all supposed to be dead, but then you got these...
Now, I think if we grab that one, he gets angry. Or is it that one? It's one of these, but we can grab one. Oh crap, that was the one we didn't want to grab. Got the straight sword though. I'll leave that last one, but you got the straight sword, so go to Lighttown.
Awesome. Because the straight sword is better.
Yeah.
If I think you have the right... I can't remember if it requires the miracle stat or not.
I hope not, because I'm not investing in that at all.
No.
I don't think I've ever invested in miracles.
They're great. They are great in Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 3...
It's healing magic.
Oh, it's not just healing magic. There's a lot to it. Okay, no. It is the... let's swap to the longsword.
I know Dark Souls 3 had the Sunlight Straight Sword, which was ridiculously powerful, if I recall. Oh, the elevator's at the bottom.
Yeah.
I feel I should tell you that, because I've sometimes gone through there with the elevator at the bottom and just fallen to my death.
Yeah. It's a worse whiff than what happened with the,
The dragon?
Yeah. Dragon's tough. That's 50-50. This is also 50-50, but it's a controlled 50-50.
Yeah, it's... Were you smart enough to hit the button on your way back? No? Then you just fell to the ground like an asshole.
I love the fact that these elevators don't take forever, though. And you don't get...
Oh, yeah.
Just because of the way that the new God of War plays very similarly to Dark Souls, I do not ever want to play a Souls game where you face a bunch of enemies on an elevator, because that would piss me off to no end.
Oh, yeah. Does it play like a Dark Souls game? I know
Yes.
I know you've been raving about it. I've still never played any God of War game.
You don't need to have played any to play this one. It helps because it does connect to the others, but it's also kind of a soft reboot.
Interesting.
Okay, that last item is not necessary, and I almost fell there.
Nope, we got the shield, we got the sword. I think we've got a functionally better shield already, actually.
We do, unless you want better fire defense.
Or, lighter, because it's a little heavy.
Yeah, let's actually see before I head in there. Physical, 100. Nope.
It's functionally worse in every way except it's lighter, which could be advantageous if we were pushing our weight cap, but we're not as far as I'm aware. I just run past these guys. But, as I mentioned, that's kind of a thing in Dark Souls. Eventually you just learn to roll past everything and not give a shit. But you should definitely do that before you get poisoned by all the poison snipers around here, because that's a thing this game felt it needed to do. Welcome to Blighttown. Every Souls game has a level like it, and it's awful. That would be useful for us back in the Flooded City later.
Yeah. And it's why you grab it.
You want to go down those ladder.
Oh, that is a ladder. Okay.
Yeah. It's a ladder.
I'm looking for the ladder. I'm like, this can't be a dead end. There is nothing else here.
No, this... Have you never gone this way?
I have.
There's the thing you kill to get, what's it, Power Within. That's a good spell. Also, it's big and dopey looking, but it will murder you. Also, welcome to a world where everything is fire-powered. Shit in this direction of the world is either poisonous, or it's on fire, or it's resistant to fire. It just exists to make your life bad.
If you're a pyromancer. Sorcerers have a really easy time here.
Yeah, the problem with pyromancy, as awesome as it is there's like 1/4 of the world where your abilities are just useless. I think it's technically below you. Like it's under the stairs.
Okay, I hate that.
Yeah. Well, welcome to Dark Souls.
Welcome to Blighttown. They have not fixed all the glitches.
But have they fixed the frame rate? That is ultimately the question.
Yes.
We have to get down there to really experience it, because that's where it's the worst. Also, watch out for toxic snipers. So, you're dead. Your best bet is to kill that sniper,
Yeah.
so that he doesn't respawn next time.
Just have to find him.
There he is. I just stopped walking onto stuff in general. Yeah, so these guys give you toxic, which is like poison, but worse. Because it doesn't go away, and you can get it with poison, and it's really exceptionally bad. It is the second worst affliction you can have in this game next to curse. Which is one of the many reasons why you stay out of the sewers, a place with curse. I don't think that cures toxic, though. Toxic just lasts forever. Oh, that other one did.
The red one?
The purple one. But you gotta be careful because we only have one more of those. So if you want to go take out that sniper, that's cool, but just be aware we can't risk a lot more of those.
Oh, no. Oh.
Yeah, he's over there. I don't think you can do much about him. There's a thing back there, along with another one of those guys. I think below you there's a Firekeeper soul.
Yeah, but I know there's a
Yeah, welcome to one of the worst areas. Oh, hey, that's advantageous.
This is why you do hunt them down.
Yeah.
I will add that. That is the number one reason to hunt down
I
these
think...
bastards.
Yeah, it's below you. They don't respawn either, which is good. They're horrible, but they don't respawn, so there's that.
But I know there's a bonfire down there. Just trying to get to it.
Like, literally below you is the Firekeeper Soul right there.
Yeah. Erg.
But it's guarded by a bunch of... I think those are either rats or dogs.
Ooh, if they're dogs, that's worse.
Now, there's some more down there, too.
Dogs are terrible.
They look like dogs without skin.
That is quite likely what they are.
It is very much a Resident Evil Parasite Eve sort of scenario.
Oh, Parasite Eve.
Have you ever read the book?
Yes.
I've never read the book, but I played the game.
The book is the weirdest sort of psychosexual horror porn imaginable.
That is a term I never thought I would hear in my life. Psychosexual horror porn. Interesting.
Well, the villain just wants to reproduce, and so she starts doing all these weird things. She takes this, essentially, she kills this guy's. Oh shit!
Yup, you're dead. My turn.
No, she essentially kills and takes over this guy's wife, and like it's some illness inside, and then she's trying to. When she realizes that she's close to being caught, she's trying to eliminate all the other parts of her because when this man's wife died, passed away, her pieces of her were donated to, the organs were spread around. It's a good book. I harp on it a lot because it is pretty much psychosexual horror porn.
Yeah, I remember at least the concept of the game was mitochondria become sentient and they try and take over the world or something.
Yep, that's the concept of the book.
That's, that is not an idea not worth exploring. I kind of think that's neat. Did we always have like that weird blue aura? That was weird.
Where, on the chains or the...
On my character's whole body when we went down there, our character like glowed blue, like there was some kind of weird blue light.
Yeah, there's some weird blue lighting on elevators right now. Because there was also something similar on the...
In the original version?
No, on some of the other elevators you've gone down.
Weird, it must be a glitch or something that's just sort of been overlooked. Or something.
Well, they really did just up-res the textures on this when it came to graphics, so that may be an after effect of...
Yeah, it might have been something that, because we fixed it, we've got new problems now. As is the case oftentimes with games. Like, if you find a huge glitch in a game, or at least that was before patching was a thing, and people just released half-made games at this point. But usually, if a game had a big bug, that was usually to circumvent an even bigger bug.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to try and grab that Firekeeper Soul, if nothing else. That's going to be my goal. Being able to see would help.
Still sucks here.
Oh, the camera. It's Dark Souls. The camera is not exactly your friend. Okay. So, the plan is to get that Firekeeper Soul and make it to the bonfire. If I can do both of those things, I think I'm doing pretty good. Drop there. I can drop down here. Ignore the bugs. You were supposed to stop spawning, asshole.
He did not die.
Oh. Crap. I thought those guys did, though.
Yeah, that's...
Weird. Those guys did die, though. And they stayed dead. Okay, new plan. We're going with the old plan, but we're going to have to deal with these guys as we go. Down. Go away, puppy. Go away, puppy. There we go. Now, what is interesting is while they're all labeled Firekeeper Souls, all 7 of them in the game all have different descriptions based on which Firekeeper it belonged to. I don't know where I'm going. Okay, well, you can get to the bonfire now. I got the Firekeeper Soul.
Oh, okay.
And you can turn on the Estus Flask +1 or whatever that the Firekeeper will give you, because it's on the way.
Yep. A very beneficial boost. I've never actually stopped and ready to the Firekeeper Souls. I think I should next time I play through from the start.
Yeah.
The bonfire has not been lit. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh crap, that's a problem.
He's already run off with her.
Okay, so remember that asshole in the gold armor who had the really nice key? Or, nice ring? Yeah, he stole the Firekeeper. He does that. Unfortunately, I thought that happened after you killed the next boss.
I thought it happened after both the bells were rung.
Yeah.
Because then you could get into Anarvondo.
I guess not.
That's a lot sooner than I expected.
Yeah, this is not exactly ideal. That means we can't use the bonfire up here anymore.
We'll have to kindle another one.
Which means we're gonna have to... We can't kindle. We haven't fought Pinwheel yet.
No, you can't kindle beyond the,
No, you need the right of kindling from Pinwheel.
No, you can set it to the level that the Firelink bonfire was.
Okay.
What Pinwheel offers is the one that allows you to get 15.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I just had to think back on that. I'm like, wait, no, I thought we could.
I'm just surprised we lost the Firekeeper at this point.
We're what, like 2-3 hours of playtime?
Yeah. Also, we're 2-3 hours and we're almost at the second boss. We're not exactly speedrunning this one, even though I kind of was trying to.
Things happened.
Life. It's a thing that makes things worse. All the time.
Oh, no.
Yeah, don't run it. This is where, the stamina shield would have been good.
Yeah, but this shield is so much better in every way.
Yep, no, I'm pretty happy with this shield, actually.
If you can get this dropped early game, you get the stats for it even if that's not your build, because you will thank yourself for a long while.
It's a good shield. I have to admit, I don't remember it being as good as it is. But I remember last time I used this shield, I used the shield Oscar gives you, the crest shield that's, I've heard is not really all that good either, so... You know, my taste in shield, I like the butterfly shield. But that's mainly because I use it offensively because I don't use shields. I just avoid stuff. Dung Pie, those are useful for those giants.
Yeah.
Incense Fortress, as we've discussed. Poison Snipers. It's a Blighttown thing.
Frame rate's staying pretty steady.
Yeah. Of course, the real trick is once you get closer to the ground, because that's when they get really, really icky with this frame rate. I'm gonna lose my entire track of thought with what I'm saying. And just say things that sound almost vaguely like words. Don't get sniped again. You're gonna get sniped again.
Yeah, that's not what I'm intending to have happen.
Oh, that's some hairy, ropey walkways. I'm not sure where you are right now. I mean, you found a chest. Hey!
Oh, that's what I keep... I knew this path was familiar.
Well, that stuff's ridiculously good if you're a pyromancer early on. You could drop there, I guess.
I don't know if it's safe. I'm trying to see the ground from here.
Well, you could try and land on that, like, beam.
Yeah, we've only got 700 souls. It's not going to harm anything.
Give it a shot. Yeah, the walls instantly kill you here. I remember that too. I made that mistake a little while ago.
Just like, I can do it, and it's like, no, you can't, and we do not like you to try, so stop.
Yeah.
I can do it, and they're like, no, seriously, stop.
Yeah, Dark Souls is very, very stringent with its rules and physics. It does not like you messing around with it, even though you can flick bodies around when you walk by them, because they get stuck to your feet. As bodies tend to do. Okay, I think I remember the path to get to the bottom, so I think we're good.
Okay, that's good. Oh, I forgot to put the thing up.
What thing?
The elevator.
Oh, got it. Yeah, let's look at my equipment while I wait. Yeah, we don't quite have the dexterity for the axe, which is a shame because we're close too. We just need like 2 more levels.
I like that axe just because it's a really fun weapon early in the game. Even late in the game, but it takes... I think that's one of those Demon Titanite weapons, so...
Yeah, pretty much all the... If it's not Demon Titanite, Sparkling Titanite, and that's not better.
No, you're still like,
It's one of those things that you gotta hunt down crystal lizards for, you're just not going to get it.
You'll find some, and if you're really lucky, there's a few drops, but... Enemies that drop it just generally.
Yeah.
But it's like going after Titanite slabs from the, whatchamacallums.
Yeah.
The Dark Hands, or...
Yeah, because Titanite slabs, you are guaranteed, if you play this game to like 100% completion per playthrough, you are guaranteed 3. And you need a Titanite slab to fully level up any one piece of armor, any one weapon, and any shield. So if you want a full set, well, you need at least 2 playthroughs worth of Titanite, unless you want to grind, which is a 1% drop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, but I want... That's the nice thing about my love with Ornstein's armor. You can't upgrade it. And it's still ridiculously good.
Yeah, that does make a difference.
Yeah, so I can just focus on anything else that's not my armor. Except for my helmet, because I don't like Ornstein's helmet. I use the brass helmet. But still.
That was amazing, that fall there.
Dung pie! Talk crap! Ah, shit. Okay, now we gotta really motor. Because I'm going to die. Heal. For the love of God. Down. Yep, that's where we need to go. Okay, that's a little ropey.
Just follow the corpse.
Is that a corpse or is it alive? I'm not sure. It's
No,
hard to tell. Things in this game kind of all look horrible and like shit.
Yeah, especially in this area. Everything looks like it's...
Wow, it's a giant pit of shit. Literally. It is a literal shit pit. I'm almost there, almost there, almost there, almost there, almost there.
You'll want to use an Estus.
No! I don't want to Estus. I'm almost there. Okay, we got the bonfire.
Could have been worse. You could have not used the Estus, and in the midst of...
Rekindling it, yeah. Oh god, that would be bad.
Because I've had that happen to me twice.
Yeah. I think everyone has, and that's why you learn that if it looks risky, just do it. Dragon scale, that's only useful for dragon weapons, which aren't useful at all, really. Unless, again, early game with Drake Sword.
No, isn't there another one that's at least mildly decent?
Well, all the dragon weapons are... They don't scale with your stats.
Oh, that's right.
So they're
right.
only good early game. Now, I'm going to use one of our humanities so that we can run into an NPC who can help us with the fight. And I sat down not using that like a freaking genius. Yes, thank you. Use. Now we have to, and I just went through and not used it. Also, for what it's worth, we're actually holding a fairly stable frame rate. At the bottom of Blight Town. I know! It's some kind of freaking miracle. Okay. There's a big tree over there that holds an entire, like, secret branch of the world that most people never see.
Oh, I love that area.
That area is very cool, but unless you have the ability to teleport between bonfires, it's a complete bitch and a half, because it takes like 2 hours to get back from there. And also it's a place where you can get cursed, which, as stated, is the worst thing ever. Okay, now this lady is a naked lady with a bag on her head and a giant axe, or a giant meat cleaver. She's based on a naked lady with a bag on her head with a giant axe from Demon Souls, and is in every Souls game ever. She's gonna help us fight the boss.
I love that she's using the shield that's also the joke shield in Bloodborne.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's the joke shield in here, too. Oh.
That 100% damage reduction is saving...
And the poise increase, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember what her name is in this game. In the original...
Mildred.
I was going to say it was Executioner Matilda in the very first Souls game. But she's in every Souls game, and she's always in an area that's completely covered in shit for some reason. That says a lot about where you're at in life.
I think Bloodborne just has a whole enemy type that fights like her.
Naked and with a giant meat cleaver.
Yeah. Like, I could have swore there's an enemy type in Bloodborne that
You know what
does-
I have that you don't? Pyromancy.
Not that does much more than your sword.
No? But it means I don't have to be close to her when she hits me. Because I don't want to deal with that nonsense. I wonder if I can get her down to that pit. I forgot I had my pyromancy equipped like a fool. Doesn't matter, you're dead. Now we can heal, and she'll join us. And we got some humanity. Nice. And a
the
butcher's
butcher knife.
knife. A weapon I will never use. I don't think it's a very useful weapon.
Which is totally valid.
Well, again, I like to play rogue, so I'm using like a scimitar or katana.
Kindle this bonfire.
Oh yeah, I've got a
Because you
humanity.
got an extra one.
Okay, so we're gonna offer humanity to the bonfire, so we get more Estus. Useful.
I always try to use my extra humanities either to become human and then use one to kindle if I really need it, or...
Yeah, no, that makes sense. As someone who uses the Fury Sword and the Chaos Blade,
Yeah.
humanity boosts your damage with those weapons, so I tend to just stock it.
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
Well, you only need stock to plus 10, but yeah. Okay, now, again, the ground is poisoned here. It's terrible. No one likes it. That's why I've got the purple clump moss, or whatever it's called. There's some guys with rocks who will be very mean to us. When we fight the boss, right here, there'll be an NPC who will upgrade Pyromancy and give some new spells, including the best spell, the Great Chaos Fireball. And we're going to be very grateful for her. And once this is all over, I'm going to spend a lot of time with her and grinding so that I can have some fun with that. I'm going to avoid these guys if I can. Now this next boss is a really easy boss. I say that, but when I played this with my buddy Zach last year, who is an asshole, again, to continue the theme, we lost to this 48 times. It was embarrassing. But this is a boss that, like every other boss in a tutorial, this one teaches you to pay attention to stuff. These guys will not hurt you until you hurt them, and then they'll really hurt you. So don't do that. But you can get infected with a parasite from them, and that makes another NPC really like you. So, and then he'll fix it, so it's kind of beneficial too, if you really want to.
Yeah, this fight is definitely one of the easier ones in the game.
This is our friend the Naked Lady. Let's go, Naked Lady. And now we're going to fight another Naked Lady, who's also part spider. And also on fire. And also wielding the coolest weapon in the game. Which is why I need it for myself.
Oh, this is the one you're getting with the boss parts. Correct?
Oh, yes. Like, I'm not gonna lie, if we were playing concurrently together, I would ask for you to trade me her soul so I could get the other weapon too, but if I can only have one, that's the one. Because the other weapon, it does more damage, but it takes 10 health for every hit. So and it's not a lot of health in a game that you're gonna die in 2 hits anyway, so it's like, alright, fair enough, but yeah, you can see...
I didn't realize she had a ponytail.
Yep, she does. She pets the head of her little spider guy. She hugs her little spider guy. That's the worst move ever. But, you know, if you watch her and what she and her spider do, it's actually quite apparent what she's going to do. And then it's just merely a matter of avoiding her attacks and letting useless Mildred over there stumble into some lava for reasons. We're not doing a lot of damage.
No, you're gonna have to hope Mildred will hit hard. Not just run into all the lava in the game.
She's doing a great job of that. Yeah, I think we need a better weapon. See, this is admittedly why I would have the Drake sword up to this point. This would be the end of it. Because she's not a hard boss or anything, but if you don't have something that can do some damage, and you rely on pyromancy kind of like I am right now, it's not ideal. Oh, we don't want to be there for that move. That's the move that always killed me. Fighting this chick. Oh yeah, someone's doing some damage. It's not me, but someone. Yeah, sitting there blocking isn't helping anyone, Mildred.
It's where she's not doing her amazing two-handed style.
Oh yeah, where she like just tries to flatten you.
Yeah. I mean, she's doing more damage than you per strike, so, you know, I'm not going to be too judgmental.
It would help if I did heavy attacks, I guess. I was just using standard attacks. I wonder if fire bombs would do anything to her.
They do a little.
Huh. That's more than my pyromancy's doing. Seriously, Mildred. Do better. Yeah, she can jump around a little bit too, which makes her a little bit tricky. Stab. Stab. Face stabbed. Now, unlike the other boss that we ran into, this one doesn't have a bonus for cutting off its tail because it's a blooming spider. Although, the sword you get that I want to make looks kind of like her spider legs. So you could think, you know, cut off the legs, then you get the spider leg weapon, but no. Yeah, Mildred is being useless right now. That's fantastic. Oh god. And she exploded on me. Your turn.
No, I think the issue was you hit the lava in the back.
Yeah. Well, she exploded too, so either way it was going to go bad for us. Might be a weapon problem.
Yeah.
I don't know. We could try swapping out something else.
Okay.
Not sure what our equipment...
I think I picked up another one of those souls.
Yeah, if we could upgrade our
Dex to get the
dexterity to +2, we could get that axe, yeah. Okay, so the tail axe is...
Yeah, 14.
Yeah, so we need 2. How much do we have?
You're... Okay, I'm gonna have to do some grinding here before... I'll probably let you, This is another one of those moments I wish the ability to... Love the sounds cats make.
Well, mine likes to make a lot of them. Usually when he wants something. Welcome to Poison Town, population U. There's an item sold behind you, by the way.
Okay.
I know you saw it, but just... that way.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is.
I was just trying to...
But if it's a soul, it might help expedite the process.
Yeah. Oh, it would definitely help.
It can't possibly hurt.
These things are just so pathetic when you're already poisoned. It's just a nuisance.
Yeah. Well, they don't do much to you, but at the same time...
And they can't increase your poisoning. Like, that's the...
That's the key factor. The weird thing is if you join the Cat Covenant and you get, like, really high up in that Covenant, there's, like, 2 people who will sell you stuff, like, in the middle of the poison for no reason. And the thing is, they're the only ways to get a couple exclusive items, but the moment anything happens to them, they consider you, like, some kind of betrayer, and basically you just get kicked from the Covenant and attacked by everyone. It's all bad news. That should be enough to level up your
Yep.
dexterity a few times. There we go.
Okay.
You might want to be human again if you want to summon Mildred.
I can tend to do this without Mildred.
Interesting choice. I love how you're holding that axe too. Like, that axe looks freaking heavy. You're just one-handing it.
Yep.
Like, it looks top-heavy, too, so it looks like that would be a thing you'd at least need to support with a second hand.
The other thing is I may sit... Oh, no, wait, you can't... shoot.
Hey, what's that shield emblem next under our health? That just showed up. I don't know if that happened because you got that axe on or something, but... I don't know what that emblem is. Who knows?
I can't see.
Oh well.
Now to just run. Still not doing that much more because we're still quite a low level.
Yeah. Well, I intend to level us up after we beat Quelaag, because I can just go to that PvP area and go to the magical stairs of get all the souls ever.
Yep, I understand that. I hate it when enemies do pull off stupid shit like that.
We've got the bungee tail axe. I will admit the Drake sword was pretty cool in the sense that if you like one-handed heavied, you'd like have a ranged attack. Bungee axe. I just like how that looks when it's bent over.
Yeah.
That's just kind of amusing. We've got some poison moss once you reach Quelaag's nest too. I'm gonna buy so many pyromancy upgrades when we're done. It'll be like plus 15 pyromancy glove, which is about as high as you can get a pyromancy glove.
Yeah, I love coming down here early on if I'm playing Sorcerer to get that.
The Crimson gear.
Yeah.
It's very good gear.
Also, I mostly like getting that weapon you get with it too.
The tin catalyst.
Yeah.
I don't have it equipped. You're gonna have to.
Yeah, no problem.
I really hoped we wouldn't have to use more than one, so I figured I'd be able to beat Quelaag. I did not.
It happens.
Yes, it happens a sad number of times to me.
Okay.
It's the Chaos Witch. The League. But yeah, if you just like watch how she like pats the head of her spider or whatever,
Yeah.
she uses different attacks and stuff. It's really fascinating to watch. And that's what she's teaching is, you know, just pay attention to what we're doing and we'll do something different. And Dark Souls has always had great animation. Like, Dark Souls 3, I ran into a boss called the Dancer.
Yeah.
And watch, like, I died to the Dancer so many times you're going to want to back off. But having fought the Dancer, I died so many times, not because I wanted to, like, lose to her or fight her, but just because I just wanted to watch her animation, because she just had very beautiful, if completely inhuman motion. Like, the animation in Souls games is just fantastic. Yeah, watch that fire. And maybe heal up. Yeah, that supernova skill's a bit mean. Especially if you're playing online and you have lag so you can't even see it coming. That's what I choose to think my constant boss tour was. It might help if we had more health and stamina as well, but...
Oh yeah, no, this is very much a...
Oh yeah, we're going in early. I've never seen that move from her before. But again, he's playing it safe, and for the most part, he's being rewarded for it, up till that point.
Okay, I did not expect her to get me as I hit the incline.
Okay, let's... I'm gonna try and summon Mildred again, and we'll...
Okay, I didn't want to waste a humanity because there was no guarantee I would have made it across there.
Oh, there's no guarantees for anything. And my floor is more messed up, but my carpet's already destroyed, so I don't care. Do I want to use that axe stats? 80 plus 15. 80 's 93, but it's slower. I think I'll go with the scimitar. And we'll use a humanity. Just one. That's all we need.
All we need.
I don't need to level up. I need to reverse hollowing.
Well, we do need to level up, but...
Yes, but that's not what we're focusing on.
Nope.
That's after Quailag and after this is done. That's on my time. I'm going to sit and grind by standing near a set of stairs while people roll off a cliff. Because Dark Souls is intelligent.
That's one of the best things about Dark Souls. It's always frustrating learning the space that enemies will follow you in this game.
Oh yeah. That giant spider nest just looks messed up. This game is pretty. Even like the grossest areas in the game are just really pretty. Whoa, okay, don't want to deal with you. I'm just gonna not be here, thank you. Okay, that's done. It won't follow you in here, so I feel quite fine doing this. And if this doesn't work, then we're gonna have to fight Quailag while bleeding. Or poisoned. Which is not exactly ideal.
At least it's not bleeding. Bleeding is worse. Bleeding and toxin are so much worse than poison.
Oh yeah, poison's one of the easier ones. Toxin is horrible. Curse is the worst one by far, though. Oh, look at me! I only have half my health, and I can never get any more. And I have to go to the other side of the world to fix this problem. Hope I didn't kill that NPC who can fix this. Ugh. Freaking curse. Curse is the worst thing in this game.
Yeah.
Okay, Quailag.
She's pretty much ready for,
Mildred.
yeah.
Oh,
I swear this is an anti-Mildred thing, not a, She's gonna actively attack you.
I can see that. Oh, I don't want to be here. Anytime there, Millie. I'm not exactly doing too much to her. And I want to point out, Mildred in this fight is supposed to basically be tanking her. Not exactly doing a great job of it. I wish I could heal my teammates too. Like, that's a thing you can do as players, is if you use a healing item, it'll heal your teammates as well.
And you also have the benefit of miracles that have area of effect.
Yep. You also have the benefit of smarter teammates that aren't Mildred.
Yes.
Also, her sword went through her that time for some reason. Okay, you're angry, I see that. Are you angry at me, or are you angry at the whole situation, Quailag?
I blame Mildred.
I do too. But she's doing a lot of damage, so... Hey, if I can get your attention so you can attack me so that the other girl can attack you and actually do some damage, I'm fine with it. Come on, Quailag. Do your Quailag thing. Okay, Millie, let's go. Uh-oh. Alright. Alright, come on. Just be a nice spider lady. Don't explode and leave Millie alone. And you, quit missing!
Hit. Oh man, that was painful to watch.
That was like, okay, so you're just gonna stop in the air. You know, maybe have some lunch. Spot of tea. Forget fighting this boss.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, there we go. But we're both in a lot of pain now.
No, you've got mostly full health.
Yeah, I do, but Mildred's gonna die soon, and I don't have a lot of damage to give to her. Thank you, damage reduction. One more swing, Mel, for old time's sake. Thank you. There we go. Okay, we got the Soul of Quelaag, an important thing which will be combined with my scimitar, so that I can make a better sword later. And this, which I don't think is actually going to give me any humanity, but still, we retrieved some stuff. And that, which I'm afraid will actually still hurt me, even though the boss is dead.
Oh, it would totally still hurt you.
Yeah. Oh, that's, look at that. Right there.
Which, the little...
Right there, where the walls don't properly connect. Dark Souls Remastered, pointing out the flaws of games you love since yesterday. Okay. Now you remember that bell we rang all the way up in the bell tower with the gargoyles? Well, here's one down here in hell. And ringing this will open up the door next to Pudding Night. So we can go deal with that later. Ooh, that's a little gross too. The floor... You know how like that wall wasn't properly connecting?
Yeah.
There was that, except it was the floor below.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a little jarring. Yeah, that's definitely things about remasters. It's like, yes, it makes them prettier, but it points out the flaws that were hidden by the lack of prettiness last time. Tales of Symphonia had that, where the map screen had, like, active chunks that you could see that the map wasn't actually a flat plane, and it was just a bunch of, like, layered tiles. And it was like, ooh, that's kind of gross.
Yep. Doesn't ruin the game, though. It just makes you more aware of the lacking graphical fidelity.
Yeah. I've got a homeward bone, which we can use to go back to the last bonfire we sat at. But we're not going to go do that. And we got a church achievement. And I believe it's this while we cut through. Talk to this guy. Yes. This guy, we can kick him to move him out of our way and he won't go hostile, but if we actually actively attack him, bad things happen. This is Quelaag's sister. She's not doing too hot. She's supposedly why Quelaag attacked us, is she was protecting her. We're gonna enter a covenant because it's the best covenant in the game and we can skip some stupid bullshit if we make her really happy by donating 40 humanity, which we will do at some point later in the future. We're gonna sit here. I'm sitting here. Let me sit here. There we go.
Should probably, unless you're saving those souls for anything, maybe worth leveling up.
Upgrading pyromancy. This guy should let us upgrade our pyromancy. Shoot. Okay, well, I think we have to, become a infected egg guy before he'll let us upgrade pyromancy, so we'll do that later. Upgrades. Some of that. We'll upgrade vitality. We'll upgrade endurance. And we'll upgrade one more dexterity. And I think we're about ready to wrap this up. There is one more thing I want to see if we can try before then, though. Because after this, I'm just going to sit down and just start grinding. So I can upgrade my pyromancy and my level to where it needs to be in my weapons and stuff. But we'll see if we can do one more boss. I don't remember if the world will let you do this right now. Here's another bonfire we don't really need to deal with, but we'll turn it on.
It's always good to have for when you can travel.
Oh, also, these guys are hostile, so we'll let them be hostile. We're going to go try and fight Ceaseless Discharge. Yeah. A thing you don't want to find on your medical test. Need to go down here. Take some fall damage even though we just slid down a cliff. Didn't fall. Also, there's a boss right there. That's the centipede demon. We'll run into him later. Only for a ring.
Which, the centipede demon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a ring we can't even keep to, which sucks. Now, I'm going to see if I can remember how to fight Ceaseless Discharge. Because I know how to do it, but it's getting him into the point where you can fight him like that. That's always been a little bit awkward for me. Because he's got a very set way of doing things, and you can fight him normally, or you can fight him how you probably should fight him. Also, there's the soul kiln right over there, by the way. We'll be going there later. Way, way at the end. But, there's Ceaseless Discharge. Again, a thing you don't want on your medical exam. He's producing all the lava around here, of which you'll notice there's kind of a lot. Also not exactly looking like the happiest chap ever.
He's Keylog's brother, isn't he?
Yeah, it's Quailag's baby brother. You'll notice he's just sort of hanging out. He won't attack us unless we attack him. If we die, he will not be hostile, but you'll notice he's kind of guarding this. This is one of Quailag's sisters. He's guarding her armor. Now he's going to be angry at us forever. So we're going to try and not get murdered. We got murdered. You try and take him out.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness.
I want to see you quick kill this guy. Which is the only official way to kill this guy. And if he can't do it, we'll call it out. Because really, I just wanted to grab that for the sake of getting myself killed one more time. We used the souls anyway, so it doesn't matter much.
No, it does not.
Except I wanted to use those to upgrade my pyromancy, but, you know, what can you do?
Cry.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always an option. Not necessarily the option you want to go with, but it's always an option.
Yeah, I think to upgrade your pyromancy, you have to be infected by these egg guys, which means you gotta let them kill you. And then you have to stand around for like 15 minutes to let one of those egg things spawn from your face. And remove your helmet, because you can't wear a helmet while being an egg person.
How'd you get rid of it? Or does he get rid of it for you?
He gives you an egg vermifuge, which will get rid of it for you, and you can buy them from him.
Okay.
But fun news, if you invade another player and you kill him, you can actually kill him like those egg guys do by sending like a giant worm out of your head, and you can infect them. Which makes me kind of think it would be sort of like that WoW disease nonsense that happened that one time. I don't think you're doing this right.
Well, you don't have a bow.
You're not supposed to have a bow. Run. The other direction.
Oh, this, yeah.
Have you never killed him the proper way?
By the proper way, you mean that? No, I have not.
Okay, I'm gonna try it one more time, because I thought he didn't aggro to you. But there's a way you're supposed to kill him. That's amazing. And if this doesn't work, we'll close this out. But we're surrounded by a bunch of creepy, presumably spider eggs. We're walking down what appears to be a spinal column. This whole area is just kind of weird.
It is.
I love the sense of scale just looking around gives you, though.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, this world's just awesome. And that's the whole thing about Dark Souls is no matter where you go in the world, you can see other parts of the world. And it just makes the world look like one giant interconnected thing. Like, seriously, when someone was designing this game, they knew what they were doing. They had a plan and they executed quite flawlessly. Unlike the guy who came up with Shrine of Amana, who should be punched. Now let's see if I can do this properly. I think it's about here we have to go to. I think. Hey, guy. Oh, you're glitching out a little. That's not what we wanted you to do. I wanted you to do a different thing. Do your different thing. I'll just stand behind this rock. Oh. Play it your way, guy. I will get closer to you. No, he does not want to play ball. Fortunately, I've got plenty of Estus, and I can just mess around until he gets here. Again. Oh!
I wasn't expecting that.
Dark Souls! That's how we do.